Hello, everyone, and thank you for tuning in to our very special one-shot of They Came From Beyond the Grave. Four students travel through the English countryside, excited to return to their friends and teachers at Redstone Academy. What they don't know is a new headmaster has taken over the private academy, and he's brought death with him. Is he the killer, or is something more sinister going on? Will Felix, Szandor, Artie, and Norman survive the night? Find out in horror at Redstone Academy. Oh, so in case anyone isn't aware, They Came From Beyond the Grave is a horror comedy.
It's silly.
It is set in the 1970s as well as the 1900s, and it focuses on bringing to life the Hammer films and Vincent Price movies of the 70s. Your campy horror like Dark Shadows, things of that nature. It's a fantastic game, currently on Kickstarter by Onyx Path Publishing. So you should check it out, but we are very excited to be running it this evening, and we want to thank Onyx Path for giving us the opportunity to do so. That said, this is a story path game. That means our players this evening, who I will introduce shortly, will be rolling d10s. It uses a couple unique mechanics called quips, trademarks, and I'm blanking on the last one.
Cinematics?
Cinematics and
tropes.
Thank you. Tropes.
Yeah, skills.
So they're fantastic. The player, I'll explain what each of these things does very briefly, but essentially, it's similar to World of Darkness and Chronicles of Darkness style games, where the players have a dice pool of skills and attributes. They will pool those together and roll them. They also have. Wow, I'm great at doing this. They also have tropes, which are movie tropes that they can leverage based on their archetype. They have trademarks, which are ways for them to boost a dice pool if it applies. It's a trademark ability they have, like knowing how to, making sure that they write everything down and things like that. They also have quips. Quips are silly catchphrases that they can say at any time if it is cinematically appropriate and everyone laughs, or at least we get a good chuckle out of it. They will get an extra die to roll for their next pool. So if you weren't following along at home, trademarks, if they leverage a trademark, they get +2 to that roll. If they use a quip and it is sufficiently hilarious, they will get a +1. And their tropes give them a special ability, which each of them has. They will reveal them at a dramatically appropriate moment. This game also uses cinematics. Now, cinematics play on the things that make us love campy and silly horror movies of the 50s, 60s, 70s. They are things like the fact that you can see the set wobbling in the background. The things like, deleted a scene completely missing from the movie, or that. I have given them 5 cinematics that they can purchase using what's called the writer's pool. Every time they fail or botch a roll, a die goes into the writer's pool. They can then spend those collectively to purchase a cinematic. They do not have to confirm with the other person, any of the other players, that they want to buy one. They just say, I want to buy that one. They use it, and it goes back into the pool. So the ones they are using this evening are, as you know, often characters possess knowledge about a situation, facts about their town, local customs, an important anniversary which the audience doesn't share. This leads to clunky, stilted dialogue where 2 or more characters tell each other things that they really already ought to know, and it's played completely straight. Player with this cinematic can introduce a fact by having their character announce, as you know, Norman, to another character in the scene, and gaining a +1 enhancement for future use. Once they use that cinematic, it goes back into the pool, and another player can purchase it if they want to. There is more to that, but it will come up if they use it that way. The next one they have available to them is Small Set. When working with a tiny budget for a movie, producers get creative in what they can procure and how they create their sets. A small set ends up being cheap, but everyone must do much more work to change out scenes and redecorate the space. Sometimes wildly different scenes share the space, or everything is in one space, and the outside is only an illusion. When a set is small, generally an entire scene is encompassed in a single room. Outside those walls is beyond the set, maybe a whole other movie, or nothing at all. I have a window partially covering Nick on my screen, so all I see is the random hand gestures. Perfectly appropriate. So, a player may declare this cinematic to control the space she's in, declaring certain doors as inaccessible or creating a door where there is none. You can also prevent a director-controlled character from leaving the room or escaping the scene. When they open a door to leave, there's just a brick wall behind it, or jumping out a window lands them in the same room, just on the other side of the drapery painted to look like a wall. They can also use it to skip to a new different location very quickly. This scenario will take place in a large, maybe haunted mansion, and they could use it to suddenly get from one side to the other very quickly. Very useful one for them. They also gave them access to waxing poetical. One of Edgar Allan Poe's most famous horror stories isn't in prose form at all. The Raven invokes a feeling of compounding dread with every stanza. A player with this cinematic begins narrating her character's actions through rhyme. Each player takes a turn adding to the poem until they've completed the encounter or dissolved into doggerel. While rhyming in this way, add a +1 enhancement to all rolls for actions described in the poem. Since this game is set in the 1970s, they may instead elect to emulate a popular song of the era. The last two cinematics they have access to is So Much Blood. No one could lose that much blood and survive, right? This essentially will allow them to fake their own death and appear dead to a GM-controlled player until it is dramatically appropriate for them to reveal that they are in fact unharmed. Finally, I needed a drink, sorry. We have Deleted Scene. Invoking this cinematic allows a player to insert their own deleted scene into the story. Some or all of the characters who were present in an already completed scene expand upon it to introduce something new, additional information, set up for a future advantage, or an enhancement for an action. So this will allow the players to take control of the narrative briefly and describe a scene that was deleted from the director's cut. So, if my players are ready, I would like them to introduce their characters, starting with Felix.
Oh, that's me.
It is
Hi.
you.
Hi. I'm Brother Wes or Thirst Trap Mothman. I feel like I've said this so many times already. And I run a Twitch stream called Carrying Comfort Studios, and you can see me frequently here hanging out with the Gehenna Gaming nerds. Always happy to be here. This evening, I shall be playing Felix Baumgartner, a 17-year-old honors roll student who's trying his best to succeed no matter what. And that's I'm clearly 17 years old. Clearly.
Next we have Szandor, played by Mark.
Hello, I am Mark, also known as Marchosius. You can find me in such places as Gehenna Gaming, the Twitch, also the Gehenna Gaming podcast. I am playing Szandor LaCroix,
Twitch.
the Satanist.
I just need him to be
Dun, dun, dun.
Marchosius from Gehenna Gaming, the musical.
Oh, we need a musical.
We
have to have a musical episode.
We do. We should. Anyway, next is Artie, played by Nick.
Hi, everyone. My name's Nick. I work with Gehenna Gaming. I am the stream producer. You can catch me over at Nobleman Nick, and I will be very haunting your dreams soon. I also play
Very
some game.
haunting.
Yes, very haunting. And today I will be playing Artie Art Hughes, the Southern boy coming in to show these city slickers and these funny talking folk how it's really done.
Absolutely.
Yo!
Last but not least, we have Norman, played by Rick.
My name is Norman Price.
Yes.
I'm a 17-year-old student in England, and sometimes I like some smooth jazz with a cognac when my dad isn't looking.
Are you Marlon Brando?
Oh my god.
No. I know
This is-
exactly who that is.
So I will remind all of our viewers before I jump into describing our wonderful scenario for this evening, which is original by Gehenna Gaming. This is a horror game. This is funny, but it is also still horror, and therefore there will be blood, there will be death, there will be horrible things happening. Hopefully also amusing things, but so just so you know, there is your content warning. That said, let us begin. This scenario, horror at Redstone Academy. Redstone Academy is a boarding school in the English countryside recently come under new management and a new headmaster. Our players are students coming back for the fall semester. This scenario takes place within the halls of an old mansion that houses the prestigious boarding school, but also the grounds and forest nearby. The scenario will take place over a single evening at the school. The school is small, very prestigious, with a small cadre of teachers, about 8 in total. Most returning, who the teachers will be familiar, or the students, our players, will be familiar with, although there may be a new one amongst their ranks. Sitting deep in the English countryside, Redstone Manse was built in the 1700s, home of Lord Redstone and his kin, up until the line ended in the early 1900s during World War I. The manse fell into disrepair until a wealthy philanthropist purchased it and turned it into a boarding school for young boys and girls. It has since grown into a prestigious learning establishment with many of its young pupils going on to attend Oxford, Harvard, Yale, and other Ivy League schools. The manse is tall, with limestone foundation and dark wooden fixtures. All windows on the first floor overlook the expansive lawn where outdoor and physical classes are held, as well as the gardens and nearby wood. Upper levels are primarily lodging for the students and private offices and rooms for the teachers, with the headmaster's quarters taking up the 3rd floor. Students are expected to be delivered to the school at the beginning of the semester, live there for the term, and return home to their families only on holidays and breaks. The school is set apart from nearby towns and set deep into the countryside with only farms and woods around it. Now, as we begin our session, the players are arriving for the beginning of the fall semester. They will be arriving via coach or family car, one at a time, in a drizzling thunderstorm. As they arrive, one by one, they can either wait for their friends, or they can hurry inside to the warmer climates that they are well familiar with, as they are all long-standing students here at Redstone Academy. So, I think it only appropriate that they decide who arrives first.
Norman arrives first.
Shocking.
Straight out of the limo. Waits for no one. Destiny waits for no man. Going right into the doors of this place. It's my campus. You know what I'm talking
As you arrive, your personal valet will, of course, carry your luggage in for you, and you are greeted by the caretaker, Mrs. Barrett, a pleasant older woman who is very happy to see you return, Master Price.
Mrs. Barrett, as I live and breathe. How are you this evening?
Oh, I am quite wonderful. It's so good to see you again, Master Price. Please, please. Your room is ready upstairs. It is, of course, the first one at the top of the stairs. I'm sure your valet can carry your belongings up there, and if you would like, there is some warm beverages waiting in the study, the library, if you need something.
Sure, any cold beverages we could find around here?
Oh, Master Price, I am far too busy to fraternize right now. Please, please, make yourself at home.
Some later time? I understand. Why, thank you. And I make my way over to these warm beverages.
It's tea. And who would arrive next?
I'll go ahead and arrive next.
Excellent.
You see a very shabby looking car coming up. It is a coupe, but it's patchworked on it. And Felix, once it rolls up, Felix steps out gingerly with his coat kind of up and everything, and then kind of shakes out a little bit and goes, No, uncle, no, you don't have to. I've been here before, uncle. You don't have to get out. Please stay inside. And then goes around and grabs his huge trunk from the back, unstraps it, and then goes
drag.
Walks up. Yeah, drag up to Miss Barrett.
Beautiful. As you approach, Miss Barrett opens the door and she's like, Felix, it is so good to see you. Welcome. Please get inside. Come out to the rain.
Yes, Madeline. 1 second. and I'm going to set the steamer trunk by the front door, and then looking around conspicuously is going to reach into his coat pocket, his prep school coat pocket, and pull out an old, like, it's like an old pack of cigarettes, and then sneakily pull one out and then tap it, and then gingerly pulls out a match and tries to light it and attempts to look cool. Just sits there and like just nods at her.
Fantastic. Who would arrive next?
I believe it'll be me that arrives next at the time that I've projected that I would be arriving. Holding a deck of cards in my hand, of course. Not bothering to grab any of my luggage because my driver will grab it for me.
Of course. Of course.
Just leave it at the door and I'll be right there. He walks right in.
Okay. Driver, do you have much luggage or travel light?
It's a lot. It's like it's about probably 5 to 10 various sized pieces of luggage, all very heavy with various artifacts and
of course
gravestones and whatever else.
You rush straight past Felix, or do you greet your classmate?
I'm gonna rush right past him. I'm gonna give him a look. I'm actually gonna reach over and grab the cigarette out of his hand and put it to my lips. Well, it's no Virginia Slim, but 9 out of 10 doctors can't be wrong. I guess I'll take it.
Felix is about to say something, but he just brushes it away and then looks at Mrs. Bear and goes, "Well, Madeline, I shall see you inside," and then grabs his trunk and starts dragging it to the front door.
Wonderful. You pull your trunk in out of the rain into the foyer of Ants. And Szandor, do you finish the cigarette before heading in? You see your driver struggling with your luggage, carrying each 2 by 2 inside, and Mrs. Barrett directing him up to her room.
Yes, Mrs. Barrett. Show him where to go. It's hard to find good help these days. I'm not going to put it out. I'm just going to keep kind of smoking and kind of flicking wherever I go. Okay. But I'm not actually smoking correctly. I'm like
you're not inhaling. You're just holding it in your mouth, and then
it's clear that this actor has never smoked a cigarette before. So I'm kind of holding it in like weird positions, and
you're doing that like
yeah.
Perfect. And last but not least, I believe our good friend, Southern gentleman Artie, will be arriving.
As if summoning him by using the magic word Virginia, as you say, Virginia Slim, you see a shabby taxi pull up as well. The gentleman driving it probably yells at the sort of portly Southern boy to get out as he kind of stumbles out with his luggage in one hand. Mama always said I'd be the first one to go to England. He kind of stumbles up. Being low. Oh, hi there, Miss Barrett. I'm back again for another semester.
Oh, it is wonderful to see you. Please come in. Out of the rain, all of you. And she,
no. Rain ain't too bad. That just means God's crying.
Oh, I wish that had been one of your quips. Because it's gonna be raining a lot. So, the 4 of you, having all arrived, have been all put in the same room once again this year. It is, of course, the first room at the top of the winding staircase that goes around the beautiful entry hall. So, as you enter, you're in a small foyer, specifically for muddy boots and rain jackets, but it quickly opens up into a large, stretching probably a good third of the length of the manse, open 2-story hall, beautifully decorated, well lit across with electric lighting, but also candles, just for ambiance. And then a large double staircase wrapping around, taking you to the 2nd floor with a massive chandelier hanging in the middle. Go up the double flight of stairs, you will arrive at a narrower hallway, but still well decorated and furnished with various paintings, even a suit of armor. And the first door on the left will be the room designated for the four of you to share for your semester.
I was told that I would get a private quarter.
Now, Mr. LaCroix, you know that there's not enough room here for all of the students to have their own rooms. And you can see other students milling about and moving in and out of rooms. That it is simply not feasible.
Where do you suppose I'm going to hang all of my dickies? For Satan's sake.
I know just where you can put those dickies, LaCroix.
Oh, yeah? Norman, old boy. Do you find where
you sly dog?
You find where the cold drinks were? I've been looking for about an hour now. I can't find one ice cube. I can't find one lemon sherry. Not even some cooking wine.
It'll be just like sharing with my brothers back at the farm. It'll be good. We'll find a way.
Jesus Christ! Did someone bring moonshine in this place?
Oh, come on now, Norman. You know Artie. Artie just spent some time vacationing in Wales.
Exactly. Said my original.
I'm glad they spit him up.
West London was getting a little too small for me.
Well, it seems this room is getting a little too small.
It'll be fine. It'll be right.
Of course, the lodgings for the students are quite spacious. 4 beds, desks, closets for wardrobes for each of you, I should say, and still room to have a little space to yourselves. This is quite a large manse, and you know that you will be quite comfortable. Mrs. Barrett, bustling around, making sure all the students are getting settled, all the things that they need, stops and says, "Now, boys, just so you know, there is a new headmaster who started this year, and he will be greeting all of you at dinner tonight. So I look forward to seeing all of you in just a short while. But go, get settled, get comfortable, and of course, come down when you are ready. I believe we plan on serving at 7.
Thank you, Madeline. Now, before you go, could you tell me, what is the name of this so-called headmaster, this charlatan? I just dropped my accent.
She looks aghast slightly, and she's like, "Well, it's Headmaster Anders. He's new. He has come to replace poor Mr. Willows."
Yes, poor Mr. Willows never really did all that much, really. It's hopefully an improvement.
Now, Mr. Willows, who many of the children of the manse quite loved, was a jolly, comfortable man in his older years, but you know he was probably nearing retirement age. You do not know what Mr. Anders will be like.
Oh, Mr. Willow deserves a good rest. He'd done a lot for us.
Oh, yes, Artie. And like what did he do for us?
Kept us safe, gave us shelter, everything the good God says we should have.
Yes, the good God. My favorite.
Mama always said he's always looking after us. Keep a special eye on me.
Have you ever noticed, Artie, that he's always looking down on you? I know a particular fellow that likes to look up. Right up at you.
You know, Szandor, you know I don't mess with that. I don't go deal with the devil. Because the one thing you can't beat, it's the devil.
That's right. You can't beat the devil. He's the strongest one.
Now, I don't know about that, Mr. Lacroix.
It's LaCroix.
Mr. McCroix. Sorry.
Now, Xander, let's not pick on Artie too much. Save all your pig's blood and candles and rituals for the first years.
Oh, yes, my pig's blood. And Xander actually runs over to the corner where all of his luggages are and starts opening up cases and pulling out books and tomes and, you know, a skull that he puts on the head of his bed and a big mason jar filled with like kind of an orangish red liquid. It looks like melted crayon.
I'm assuming bits of styrofoam flake off the skull when you set it down as well.
Oh yeah, it's definitely too light than it should be. It kind of rolls. It doesn't even really place on the bed.
If all you want was pig blood, I could have got that for you easily.
Artie, I'm starting to like you already.
His shirt used to be white, I reckon.
Mama used to say I'm always fast at making friends.
Maybe I had you all wrong.
Fantastic. So you get settled in, you dry off from the dreary English weather, and you get comfortable, and you hear the clock in the hall strike 12. Or, wow, 7.
There's a hand that comes. There's a hand that comes up and moves the dial.
Yep.
It's just a stage-hand.
A hand just like a picture like slides open, a hand reaches out and moves it to 7 and closes it. It bongs 12 times and then 7 more.
Hell's bells.
I'm famished. Let's get down there and see what we can do.
Yes.
Cause some damage.
Let's.
My dear God, Artie, you're not bringing a Bible to dinner, are you?
No. Yeah, I mean, God, I'm gonna start throwing my accent for a second there. It's just a good book, Mr. Norman. It's a good book. Always gotta read my good book. Mom always said, a prayer a day keeps the devil away.
Yes, well, I'm sure it's been quite a while since your mother had some fun.
I'm gonna grab the styrofoam skull.
I know she plays horseshoes at least every day.
From the top of Xander's dresser. And be like, prayer didn't do nothing for Mr. Willows.
Now you say Mr. Willows is retired and playing bowling on the weekends.
Felix is just going to shake his head and take careful care to grab a book that's like a very nice tome. He's going to shake his head at them, go, you Luddites, and then just moves on.
I should have known you pulled up. I swear I heard some old car tailpipe backfiring up the hill as you made your way up here, Felix.
Look, what me and my uncle drive when I'm not here is no concern of you. Now,
I'm a very eco-friendly person, and I hear what sounds like to be a Abrams tank coming up the goddamn driveway with all this pollutant smoke. My God, man. The oil you must be leaving around the beautiful English countryside alone is just, oh my goodness.
Say one more crossword about my uncle's car, and I'll leave you in a bunch of oil.
Whoa, easy with the crosswords. The Artie over here might be offended.
Now, boys. Now. Isn't it the age of Aquarius after all?
The president said that all oil is clean. It does not hurt in our environment in any way. And, I got to trust the president. He knows what he's talking about.
This is England. We don't give a crap.
Wait, we don't have a president? We have a king?
We have a prime minister.
Someone maybe need to be paying attention to social studies class a little bit more.
Felix is just going to walk out, head to dinner.
This is why Willow retired or died.
I hope they have them little hot dog things on the stick.
So you head to dinner. I'm assuming mostly in a group.
Yes.
The banquet hall looks suspiciously like a very quickly redecorated entrance hall. It's a massive room with 2 banquet tables down it. A blaze roars in a fireplace at the head of the room, and most of the professors that you recognize are already seated, as well as many of your other students. You hear some of them speculating as to why Mr. Willows retired so early, although to you it seems like maybe it wasn't. And you find places sitting together, of course, at one of the 2 tables. You do notice a professor you don't recognize sitting with the other professors. A younger man with a goatee and just sitting quietly to himself with a small book.
Well, at least one of us has some style.
One of us knows how to read, too, apparently.
Well, I think last time Artie broke out his good book, it was right side up.
Doesn't matter how you read it, just the message you get from it. Maybe, Xander, you should have paid more in class.
Yeah, the pictures help too, don't they?
You know, I've got my own book. Right here. Called the Book of Satan.
Now, everyone knows the devil can't read nor write.
Why would you want to read when you're serving in hell? It's a waste of effort, that's what I say. Just throw money at the problem. Read.
I don't think any of these things you're saying are correct, but I guess I could be wrong.
Well, the devil works in mysterious ways. That's what I always say.
Now, you were not like this last year.
That was a
When
quip.
did you come into this?
That was a quip.
That was a quip?
Yeah.
Oh, that works. That does work.
You're gonna get a +1 to your next roll as it comes, so remember that.
Y'all crazy.
As you are having this conversation, suddenly the door slams open and who you can only assume is Headmaster Anders enters. Lightning crashes, wolves howl, the groundskeeper can be heard yelling, "Shut up, you mutts," at the wolves. Anders strides to his place at the head of the room, and before seating, turns, holds up his hands, calling for silence. Pupils, I am delighted for you to be attending Redstone Academy this year. We look forward to molding your young minds and have such sights to show you. Important learnings for this decade. The year of our Lord, something says something else under his breath, 1972. I will be available after dinner and would be delighted to greet each of you. For now, enjoy your meal. And he sits. He is a tall, stern-looking man with sharp features, slightly balding, wearing a crisp black suit.
Well, he looks exactly how I pictured him.
I think he looks a little bit like a square.
I mean, that too, yes. He does
Yeah,
look a bit of like a square. And that's coming from me.
I gotta say, Felix, that jacket, smashing.
You like it? I bought it special for someone. And then Felix scans over the student body until his eyes catch a lone girl sitting alone by herself, reading a book with red hair.
She's all for Purdy, Felix.
No, it'll never work.
Oh, Felix, don't sell yourself so short.
Mama always said you miss 100% of the shots you don't take.
That's right. Make your shot, Felix. We believe in you.
Especially
You have the power of the devil on your side.
Now, Sandra, you gotta stop talking with that kind of nonsense.
Why not? You get to.
What? That's because I worship the good Lord above, and you worship the devil.
Well, listen, at least the devil throws better parties.
I'm just saying fair is fair. If you can talk about it, he can talk about his.
Nah,
No.
it's whatever.
Come on now.
You're all useless. All of you are useless. And I'm going to stand up and I'm going to grab my book and I'm going to start making my way over to Alice.
Felix, before you go,
Yes, Norman.
the discount tag on your coat, you might want to cut it off before you meet this young lady.
Oh, goodness. Thank you.
Best
you.
wingman ever.
You pull the tag off as clearly the dry cleaning tag from the prop room. And make your way over to young Alice. She's sitting with a few other girls eating their dinner, which has been served, by the way. And she just kind of looks up at you like, "The fuck do you want?" when you walk over.
Good evening, everyone. Good evening, Alice. How was your vacation?
It was nice. Hi. Do I know you?
Yes, we've had a lot of class together. We had class of Eastern civilization, history of Eastern civilization last year.
Oh, yeah.
We had a project together about India, and you seem so interested in it that I figured I would give you something. And he holds out the book.
Oh, Thank you. I
I can't read it. It's in the original Sanskrit, but but the bookseller said that it was really popular in India. It's called the Kama Sutra.
Thank you. I'll read it after dinner. And she kind of puts it under and sits on it and back to food.
Well, I best be off now. Dinner's not going to eat itself, and if Artie gets his hands on it, then I'm not going to have enough food for a week to last me.
Thank you. I'm sure we'll see each other in class tomorrow.
Good evening. And then he's going to turn and sheepishly just like Charlie Brown walk over back to the table.
Wonderful.
Now you see, Artie, that's a fella who's not afraid of getting a little bit impure on campus.
Yes, this is boarding school after all. New experiences.
Now, I feel like you're talking to some sort of subtext that is clearly flying over my head here. You're going to have to elaborate on that.
Artie, I'm trying to tell you, they're going to biblically, or he's trying to biblically know her.
Oh.
Artie, sex. He's talking about sex.
You know what? Mama always said, you keep your body pure, keep your thoughts pure. Then the devil won't get you. Just like the good book says. Not until marriage.
Does the good book say anything about soap?
Now, why'd you ask a silly question like that?
Well, you look into it and get back to me.
He's gonna just start eating his dinner, just stuffing his face.
Wonderful.
Felix is gonna sit back down in front of his food and then realize that he's by his mates, and he goes, "Well, I think that went excellent. I think she really enjoyed that gift."
Yeah, she looks.
What did you give her?
Oh, it was just a very fancy old book. It was called the Kama Sutra. I don't know what the title meant.
The Kama Sutra?
You gave her the Kama Sutra.
Yes, the bookseller said it was a very important ancient Indian tome that every household in India had one. It was written in the original Sanskrit. We had a project
Yes, particularly the ones that are filming pornography.
I think my mama had something like that on her bedside once.
I'm sure she did.
Well, I mean, biblically, right?
No, by no means. I didn't mean to. I mean, it had pictures, but I didn't read it too carefully. It was, oh God.
I'm gonna look over Felix's shoulder to kind of see what she's
Now
doing.
there's one for the scrapbook.
And
It's
that's
okay.
a quip.
Oh, is it?
That was a quip.
Nice.
And that was very appropriate.
Yeah.
Very nice. Racking up those extra dice. So, she actually has not looked at the book yet. In any way, shape, or form. She basically just like sat on it and went back to eating her food with her friends.
Felix, she has not opened it yet. But if we make a distraction, perhaps, just perhaps, we can get
Maybe
that book
we
back
can
for you.
take Xander's Satanist's book and swap it out with the Kama Sutra. That way she doesn't think you're weird.
I would be all about it. You know, the devil would appreciate that kind of trade.
Now, Felix, I would suggest you switch it out with the good book, the Holy Text. I got 5 of these in my bag for just this occasion.
That's a better idea. It's the same size. Mine is much smaller.
Well,
I'm sure it is there, Xander.
I don't
maybe
need to compensate.
Maybe she just won't read it. Maybe it'll be okay. Maybe I don't have to do any hijinks or anything like, oh no, what am I saying?
Gentlemen,
She's gonna read it.
she might.
Okay, fine.
Is Mrs. Barrett around?
She's sitting. She's actually not.
Oh.
She would be part of the staff of Manse in the school, so they would either eat in the kitchen or at a separate time. She was there when you were being served, helping the chef bring out the food, Mr. Valance, but she's not currently nearby.
Is Headmaster Anders there?
He is sitting at the head of the table where the teachers are sitting, conversing quietly with them while he picks lightly at his dinner.
Can I go talk to him?
Yeah, you can absolutely get up and walk over.
Cool.
Okay. Yeah, he glances up at you as you approach, and he's like, "Yes, good evening. And you are?"
My name is Norman Price. I've been a student here for many years, and I wanted to welcome you, Headmaster Anders. Thank you for taking such good care of us at this wonderful establishment.
Why, thank you very much, Master Price. It is a pleasure to meet you.
I just want to let you know that one of my roommates done something a little concerning.
Oh?
Well, you see, his name is Felix, and he's handing out bizarre Indian pornography to some of his female students.
Who hasn't, really?
Man, that's a very fast-moving bus you just shoved him under. Well, this is quite alarming. Please direct me to this situation immediately so that I may deal with it.
Well, I'll point over to where this is happening. I don't want to get involved, sir. He's my roommate, and I'd be concerned for my own safety. But that young lady over there.
You point at Alice.
Oh, yeah.
He strides over and he says, "Young lady, do you have a book with you?" And she's like, yeah, yes. Please hand it to me.
Do I see this happening?
Yes. Oh, yeah. The room goes dead quiet.
Immediately, I'm getting up and I'm grabbing an 8-track tape, and I am going to put it into the radio, which must be on the wall at some area.
That was, of course, a radio slightly off stage.
Yes, I'm gonna put it in, and I'm gonna turn it up, and it's from the hit band The Rats, for the hit 1973 hippie band. Turn it up, immediately start dancing with people and getting them to kind of party, and working my way over to the young girl and the teacher.
I feel like this requires a roll.
I think so.
So what exactly are you trying to do? Are you trying to
I'm trying to create
a distraction.
I'm trying to create a moment of passion with everybody in the room. I want them to feel the music, and yes, dance, children. I want the teachers to feel passion with themselves and each other, hopefully, not with me. And I want to get that book.
Okay. All right. Why don't you roll culture and manipulation?
That roll is a little bit too real for me, not gonna lie.
Okay, it's the very first time I'm playing this. Walk me through what I am grabbing to roll.
Okay, so you're gonna grab. So you have skills, which culture is listed under. So you're gonna grab a die for that, because I believe you have one culture.
I do.
And then under your attributes, you're gonna look for manipulation, which I believe you have 4 in. So you're gonna roll 5 dice plus the 1 extra one from your quip.
Ooh, that's right.
And then tell me what you have that is an 8, 9, or 10.
I have 2 9s and 1 10.
So that's 3 success, but you get to re-roll the 10. See if you get
explode.
another one, because they explode.
I got a 5.
All right, so you have 3 success, which is more than enough. You get other students are immediately on their feet. They're like, yeah, because dinner, stuffy dinner in a quiet dining hall is boring, and they all start dancing. The teachers are much more reserved.
Yes, new experiences.
One of the teachers rushes
music.
over to try to turn the tape off, but some of the other students try to get in his way. It's very distracting. You successfully distract the headmaster from taking the book from Alice.
Yoink.
As he comes walking calmly over toward you to end your disruption. And you are going to slip away and try to grab the book.
Yep.
Going to require another roll. I apologize. That you are going to now need to roll larceny and dexterity.
Ooh, beautiful.
I look over at Felix and I go,
She's fucking dying right now.
Felix,
Felix is just white as a sheet.
is this an England thing?
That is a quip.
That's a quip.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yes, Art. This is very much an England thing. Very much an England thing indeed.
And go ahead and you get an extra die in your next roll. And how many success was that, Szandor?
This is a hep party. I got 2 successes.
Nice. So you're gonna sneak right through, dancing with people, grooving a little bit, and you're just gonna slip that book off of Alice's seat, who's now standing, looking a little concerned, but having fun with her friends now.
And then back away. Slowly leave the room.
Okay. You slip out early. The headmaster gets to the 8-track deck and snaps it off, looking. You can't tell if he's more amused or annoyed. And he turns and he says, "You are all dismissed. If anyone would like to speak with me, I will be in the library." Turns and he walks out of the room as well. Just enough behind you where he does not see you, Szandor. As I'm assuming you slip upstairs to put the book in your room.
Absolutely. Yes, I'm putting it in one of the deepest, darkest parts of my chest.
Where your heart should be.
Where my heart should be. The Kama Sutra is going to sit where my heart should be. I'm dead inside.
But very flexible. Anyway, some of the students finish eating. Others wander off and go do their own thing. This is a large manse. There's plenty to wander through on the first and second floors. You are free to do what you want before lights out is called in a few hours. You could go speak with the headmaster in the library, or perhaps wander around and speak with some of your favorite teachers.
I'm going to look at Norman real quick. I'm going to go, Norman, by Queen and Country, what did you say to him?
What are you talking about?
You went to go talk to him, and then he went over to Alice. What did you say?
She's a good-looking girl. I don't know.
She's real pretty.
Yes, real pretty indeed. Gentlemen, I think I need to go spend some time in the library myself. I've got to find a new gift for Alice.
More Indian porn?
No, unfortunately not any more Indian porn.
Mama said those nudie mags will rot your brain.
Your mother says a lot of things, Art. Your mother says a lot of things.
You know his mom? That's amazing.
It's right over his head.
I'm just going to go to the fucking library.
Think he's going to finish that?
No, it's all yours, Artie.
And Artie begins to clean his friend's plates. Wonderful. So, as I mentioned, you are free to explore the building, even step outside, although it is raining cats and dogs, and do what you like for the next hour or so before you are told to retire to your rooms for lights out.
Is there?
No, please, Artie.
For you, I swear.
You're a national treasure, Artie. Please.
Now, Mr. GM storyteller, I got a question for you.
Yes.
All right, this is their fancy academy.
Mm-hmm.
Is there stables for them from their horses?
There is an old barn, although there are no horses on site.
But they're animals.
There are dogs, yes.
I like to go greet the dogs because I love animals and I want to go hang out with them, make sure they're all right.
Okay, so you're gonna go out to the grounds. Then you're gonna step outside into the rain, go over to where you know that the grounds master keeps a small kennel, well care for English wolfhounds.
I'd like open my sack of like the stolen like bacon and pork rashers, and I just begin like chucking it in.
They devour them, looking at you quite gratefully. And after a while, the groundskeeper, who you know as, of course, Horace, he refuses to tell the students his last name, preferring to be known by his first, says, young Artie, it's good to see you. Welcome back.
Good to see you as well, Mr. Horace.
You know, you're
Hope you had a good break.
Gonna overfeed those dogs.
Oh, nothing wrong with a little extra pounds. Just like me.
Too true. He pats his rotund belly. Come in out of the cold. He motions towards his the small hut, basically the little groundskeeper's hut that he lives in.
That's mighty fine of you.
You come in out of the cold. It's a modest room, little pellet stove burning, probably a peat stove actually. He chit chats with you for a little while, lets one of the dogs in for you to pet.
Yes. I pet the dogs. I pet all the dogs.
Is there anything else you wanted to do out here?
I know. Just be making small talk, ask him how his break was.
Okay. What is everyone else doing then?
I have been searching for a particular kind of book. Not like the Indian pornography. Something very rare and special. It has been described in the book of the Satan book, the satanic book, as the 9 dark evil blood book. And it is an ancient tome of satanic rites.
Lightning crashes.
So I will be finding my own way down to the library, hopefully to find the special collection, which I bribed old Mistress Fantasia where the locked gate is.
Okay, yes. Those were lines. Those are totally scripted lines. You head down to the library then. Felix, you were also going to the library, I believe?
That is correct, yes.
Excellent. So you both are in the library right around the same time. The library is a large room lined with bookshelves all around. 2 ladders on the wheels to get books off the high shelves. Various armchairs and desks litter the room for students to use as needed. And then over by a fireplace on the far wall, there's a plush leather chair, which the headmaster is seated in. You know that chair is reserved for only the headmaster.
It's the headmaster's chair.
He is, of course, sitting there now, reading a dark leather-bound tome. And other than him, the library is empty. I mean, there's books,
Felix, that was a quite a close call.
It was indeed. I appreciate your help.
Yes, well, I can't have you embarrassed for your first carnal approach. It should be a successful and beautiful moment.
Thank you, Szandor. I can't believe I'm saying this, but you're a true friend. True friend indeed.
I am a
I can't
true
believe
friend.
you're saying it either.
Szandor, what is he, a Star Trek villain?
I'm glad that you recognize that in me, because I've recognized that a long time ago. You have quite a lot to learn from me, you know.
The top student of Redstone Academy has a lot to learn from you.
Yes, why I know that there's a cabaret not 15 miles from here. Perhaps you can bring your Indian pornography there and find your true love.
I didn't know it was Indian pornography. And I'm going to suffer for that for the rest of the semester, if not the rest of my life.
Thought it was regular pornography.
Is there a reason you're here, Szandor?
Yes, I'm looking for a book.
Oh, like his eyes kind of light up. A book? What kind of book?
The book of the nine Bloodgate Satan book. It's a rare tome indeed, and I have it on good authority that is being held in the special collections in this godforsaken library.
Excruciating. Tell me more.
Yes, this book has satanic rites which unlock pure pleasures that only a human mind can grasp.
I believe that was a quip.
That was a quip.
That was a quip. Very nice. Very nice. Continue.
It sounds mystical.
Oh, quite mystical, indeed.
It also seems quite illegal. Well, if they had a book like that here in the library, I look over at the at Mr. Anders, at Master Anders, I'm like, then it would be in the restricted section.
He studiously ignores both of you. Turns a page every once in a while.
Do tell me about this restricted section, Felix.
Well, Szandor, it's behind that gate over there. And I point towards off camera. Off camera. But you're gonna need to,
I see it.
But you're gonna need to break into it. And well, with him watching like a hawk, you might need somebody to distract for you.
Quid pro quo. That is given to this unto another of that same thing, I believe the translation is.
That is a phrase that's sometimes butchered, yes. So you did me such a solid. How about I do you a solid?
What do you suggest?
I distract the old man, and you find this. I'm reading a cue card. Book of the Nine Bloodgate Satan book.
Yes, Book of the Nine Bloodgate Satan book. Yes, you start your distraction, and I will sneak my way into the restricted section, which is over there, which
right
is over there.
It's right over there. Yes. I'm gonna clap him on the shoulder, and I'm gonna make my way to the fucking headmaster.
Now, Norman, are you also there? Yeah.
I was actually going to go somewhere else.
Oh.
I was behind him the whole time.
Where are you going? Yeah, that's why I was like, he just like walks on camera. Now, where are you going?
Well, I am interested in finding Mrs. Barrett.
Mrs. Barrett?
Yeah.
Okay.
I want to find out if she knows anything about what happened to Mr. Willows.
Okay.
And see if I can charm or persuade what happened to my favorite headmaster.
Sounds good. You go looking around, and you do quickly find her in the kitchens off the dining room. The kitchen is a surprisingly small kitchen for the size of the manse. And
like an apartment kitchen?
More like probably one of the other rooms being repurposed with a bunch of appliances shoved in it. And the inside you see, of course, the cook, Mr. Valance, with Mrs. Barrett and the gardener, Mr. Bellows, who are all enjoying a light dinner together.
Good evening, staff of Redstone Academy.
Good evening. Master Price, it's a pleasure to see you.
You know, I was starting a school newspaper this semester.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of my peers are just very interested in the tale of what's Mr. Willows up to these days? Why did he retire? It's going to be one of our articles. I can credit you guys, obviously, in it. I've been published recently by my own hometown magazine, newspaper. So, I've got a lot of these credentials. By the way, I'm almost 18, so that's pretty cool. I'm kind of working my way up into the big world of the news. So, what do you guys know about?
Well, that's all quite wonderful, Master Price. But I have to say, we actually don't know many of the details. When he retired, he hired Headmaster Anders personally. You would have to ask him.
Fast. Okay. Did he seem well when he retired?
Oh, of course. You saw him almost the last time we saw him at the end of the last school year.
Mm. So the last time you saw him was the end of last school year.
Of course. We all go our separate ways for the summer. Other than, Horace, of course.
Of course, what?
Horace, of course.
Oh, and what was Horace doing?
Oh, I mean, Horace stays here to take care of the manse while we are all, at our own homes.
That's great. Can I, where would I find Horace?
Of course, he would be out with the at the groundskeepers. But of course,
Oh, okay.
you know this, as you well know.
I'm so busy cramming my head full of knowledge that sometimes these little facts just kind of escape me. But thank you so much. This is why I rely on you wonderful people.
Of course, dearie.
Year in and year out.
Did you need a late night snack before you head out?
That depends. You got any scotch? I'm just kidding.
Actually, you're legally allowed to drink. There.
Sweet. You got any scotch?
The chef just kind of like pours like a shot glass worth and pushes it over towards you.
Totally hammer it back. Hey, because you're the man. Mama told me not to come, but I'm glad I did.
That a quip?
It is a quip.
Wonderful. Just racking up those extra dice. So, those of you who are in the library, Felix, strike up a conversation with Headmaster Anders. As you approach him, he looks up. Yes. How may I help you?
Good evening. Headmaster Anders, was it?
Indeed, and you are Felix,
Well,
I believe.
That's correct. Felix Baumgartner Jr.
I have heard wonderful things about your studious nature, young Felix.
Well, I hope so. I make myself comfortable, crossing one leg over the other and sitting down. I hope so. Why, being the top student in this school has been an honor of mine. I guess you could say I've been on an honor roll.
Indeed, you have.
So, it's not a clip. It's not a clip at all.
I know,
That was good, though.
It was
so
good.
So, what brings you to this extravagant manse?
Ah, yes. Well, as you know, Mr. Willows decided to retire and spend his time in the countryside, north, far north. And he put out an application for qualified headmasters, of which I believe he chose me because I was the most qualified. Yes.
The most qualified headmaster in all of England. Why? Where were you before?
Traveling.
The most qualified traveling headmaster in all of England.
Quite.
Where did you travel?
Oh, Italy, France. Turkey.
That's it. Turkey. Okay. Great. I was going to say Italy and France. Well, we've all been to Italy and France, haven't we?
Quite.
I myself have taken some interest in areas around Turkey, the Middle East, and also South Asia as well.
Good. Good. Good for a young man to be curious about the world.
I agree. I always tell my roommates, I'm like, you need to stop narrowing your focus here at home while there's so many wonders and things you can learn abroad.
It's true, and hopefully your young minds will take you to those places once you have graduated from Redstone.
Well, I hope to graduate, and like I said, I hope to graduate with top honors. You see, Mr. Willows was very, very concerned, especially with, well, my tragic background and everything. He was very concerned.
Quite your tragic background, I understand. But if you maintain the performance you have shown the last few years, according to your records, I'm sure you will have no problems. Meanwhile, Szandor, you have gone off camera, and a stagehand has handed you a book.
Who's handed me a book?
A stagehand. Off camera.
Ah, perfect.
Waiting for the appropriate moment to come back in.
Yeah, I'm just off camera, just waiting.
Yeah.
Well, I shan't take up too much more of your time, Headmaster Anders. I see that you have... Curious. What is that tome that you're reading from?
It is a personal book of mine acquired on my travels. It is, of course, written in Latin.
Of course, written in Latin, the language of kings and scholars.
Quite.
Quite indeed. Well, you enjoy your Latin. Can I attempt to read the title of the book?
There is no title. It's just like blackened leather.
It's just blackened leather. I'm like, very well. Well, it is a pleasure to make your acquaintance. I'm going to stick my hand out to shake his hand.
He shakes your hand, and his hand is ice cold. Dun dun dun.
Oh wow, excellent grip. I need to make my fucking damn it.
Can you do that line again, please?
The top.
I need to make my away. Good evening, Headmaster.
Good evening. And he goes back to his book.
I'm gonna walk by like right in front of the camera, but as I do, I've got kind of the book in my coat, and I'm gonna flick a pound over to get Felix's attention.
I turn and I start making my way back over. Did you get the book?
You were right. It was in the restricted section. They had no idea what hit them. The perfect crime.
We should make our way out of here before the old man catches us.
Post haste, we make a good team. Tally ho.
Tally ho, yes.
And you head out. Artie.
Yes.
Is that an eagle?
You finish your conversation with Horace just as Norman arrives, stepping out of the rain and knocking on the door to the hut.
Well, hello there, Norman. Out for out for an evening stroll. What, cat got your tongue?
Well, yeah, you could say that. I was, I went wandering and looking for just some info about Headmaster Willows, but I didn't find out too much. Apparently, that groundskeeper guy knows a thing or two.
Oh, I'm sure you're just making mountains out of molehills here. Don't worry about it. Sure, nothing will be going. That new heir headmaster, Anders, seems to be a perfect gentleman.
Yeah. Well, I got a shot of scotch from my asking around, so I can't say it's a total loss.
There you go. Mama always said a little nightcap makes you like tap.
That cannot be in the Bible. For fuck's sakes. It's good to hear that woman has some wisdom outside of that. Goddamn.
Is that a quip? Can I?
Retroactive quip.
I don't believe. No.
That's not what I meant.
Oh,
No, Mom always said is one of mine.
Yeah, Mom always said is one of yours. Lord.
No, I guess it's getting late.
Yeah, it's a quip. I mean, every
That
time
was a
you
good
say
quip.
that, we could. Yes. Declare your quips, please.
Okay.
It's hard to keep track sometimes. So,
I thought that maybe something had happened to this guy that forced him to leave. The last time we saw him last semester, he seemed like he was in great health. So I suppose the mystery deepens.
indeed.
I'm sure whatever mystery we've been sniffing out, well, it'll come to us soon enough. The good book will tell us so, and we'll be fine for it. We got to help that Szandor, though. It's one of us.
What about him?
Now, I always can tell when them city folk always looking at, they got some sort of ideas in their head. We just got to make sure he doesn't walk the wrong path now. We got to help our boy, no matter what.
Seems fine to me. What are you talking about?
Well, I'm just saying, I seen his eyes and I seen him reading that book of his.
The pornography?
No. Book I've heard him mention of. The Book of the 9 Bloodgate Satan book.
Oh, that ain't nothing. Artie, let him have his faith. Let you have yours,
Now you say that, but tell me, nothing ever came good of worshiping the devil. Mark my words.
How many devil worshippers have you met in your life, Artie?
Just one. Szandor.
Really?
Yep.
And has he pissed in your Wheaties yet?
Now, you all know that my favorite cereal of the day is actually Honey Nut Cheerios, and I resent that fact.
Sure you do. Anyway, he hasn't harmed you a lick, as you would say. Right?
That is what I would say. You
That
know
is
me so
exactly-
well, Norm.
Don't I, though? Just let him be, man. Just like the Beatles say, let it be.
Mm-hmm. Speaking words of wisdom.
You got it. All right.
All right, I'll lay off Szandor as long as he lays off me.
It's not like he's going to put a snake in your bed at night.
Implying that a snake in my bed would be an actual threat. Just a stagehand. Make the note, put the snake. Where's the snake?
So, with that, your evening passes, lights out is called, and you all retire to your rooms. At which point, we will take a short break.
Ooh, cliffhanger.
Do not go anywhere. We will be back with more horror at Redstone Academy very soon. Theremin.
There's like a guy.
And we are back with more horror at Redstone Academy. Before our commercial break and a word from our sponsor, our young, intrepid students had just laid down for the evening at their first night back at their beloved school. Now we return. Yes, we return. So, you are all asleep, resting as the night, having wound down, done your nightly rituals, some more ritualistic than others, and one by one fallen asleep. A short time later,
America.
a short time later, perhaps close to midnight, a muffled cry sounds from the stairwell nearby, and you hear a sharp thud. All of you
The
are
devil?
jolted awake.
The devil?
No, it wasn't the devil. It seemed to be some kind of thud.
The hell was that?
Probably just some bird crashing into the window, guys. Come on.
How many birds you know fly like that in a storm like this? It'd be crazy.
Thunder.
My father.
As you
before
say that,
he-
thunder echoes.
My father, before he died, tragically, was an ornithologist. Maybe if it was a bird, I should go investigate.
I don't need braces.
They study feet, right?
You're both wrong, but of course you know that.
Artie's probably closer.
Oh.
Come on, come on. Look, when's the last time all four of us have been on an adventure? What say you? It's a new semester, okay?
That's the spirit, Felix. New adventures and new experiences.
That's right. That's right. You've inspired this in me, Szandor. See, while you were taking pot shots at our dear friend Szandor here, you know what I was thinking? He's changed. But you know what he's changed into?
A great man.
A semi-decent man
An
that is
okay
learning
man.
about himself.
All right, let's not get too ahead of ourselves here.
And we, as his friends, have to accept him for who he is. We accept the fact that Norman is from Liverpool, but he doesn't sound like it at all. We accept that Artie is a terrible Yank from all the way across the pond. We don't understand how he got here, but you know what? By Queen and Country, he's here.
On a radio contest at WY2K.
What was
A
the contest
radio
for?
contest.
Said who could name all of John Wayne's most influential movies.
I would love to hear that list.
Maybe another time when I've prepared and pulled it up in a new tab on Google.
Real missing.
He just caught.
That was very insightful, and I'm glad that we went through every single one of John Wayne's films before this. But you know what? That's beside the point. We heard something askew, and we would not be students of Redstone Academy if we didn't try to protect its walls. Now, if it's just a bird, then it's just a bird. But if it's something else, why then a mystery is afoot.
Gun, gun, gun.
God damn, you sounded like one of my favorite cereals. I'm in. Yee.
Very good.
That's what it takes.
Very good. So, Felix, are you the first one to leave the room then?
By God, I guess.
You exit the room, and it is quiet. The hall. You hear muffled sounds of snoring and other restlessness from some of the other students' rooms. Past the stairwell, down the other side of the hallway, are the teachers' offices and private quarters. And as you stand in the hall, hearing nothing but the click, click, click of the clock nearby, counting down the hour, you also hear another noise. You hear drip, 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 drip. As if something wet splattering against wood by stair.
Oh, that there be the leaky pipes.
An
Yes,
old building.
As you know, we've always had problems with the leaky pipes here.
The pipes are calling.
Indeed. Shall we go investigate the... God damn it. Shall we go investigate further? But try
That's
to be
what
quiet.
we do. Come on, guys.
That's the
Get
spirit,
yourselves
Norman.
together and let's do this.
Oh, if Miss Barrett catches us, she's gonna be quite cross.
If Miss Barrett catches us, I'll be delighted.
Artie, don't be a square. Live a little. That's a quip.
That's a quip.
That's a quip.
That's a vibe. I ain't gonna be a square. I can prove to you right now, I will be the most unsquare individual in this group. I'm gonna go check it out right now. And Artie charges ahead.
Okay. Well, that's
Artie pushes past all of you towards the staircase. The sound you hear is coming from the staircase going up to the third floor, where students rarely go. As you step onto the staircase and start going around the curve of it, you suddenly come face to face with two bulging eyes staring out of space. One of your professors, neck twisted at an unnatural angle.
Guys,
What?
is this an England thing?
What are you talking about?
I'm gonna push my way up and go, oh,
Felix,
what did
is
you
it?
do, Artie?
That wasn't me.
It seems that Artie or someone else has, well, move aside, Luddite, and I'm gonna check.
Damn near,
mean-
you were 3 seconds behind me. What do you mean?
Can I see what the nature of his injury is?
Well, you could.
And which professor is it?
This would, of course, be your natural sciences professor, Mr. Potter.
Mr. Potter of Natural Sciences, my third favorite class.
Mr.
Old
Malfoy
Harry?
will be-
No.
Harold.
Mr. Malfoy will be delighted, I swear.
God damn.
So,
Okay.
you want to inspect the nature of his injuries. Why don't you give me an intellect and, let's say, medicine roll.
Okay.
Although it is very
Intelligence
obvious that
heal.
the dripping sound that you heard is coming from the blood pooling from his corpse.
Oh, he's dead.
Yeah, he's dead.
Oh, Harold Potter was murdered?
Believe it or not, I only got one success off of like 8 dice.
That is
So-
enough.
Okay.
He was stabbed in the chest and then thrown down
Ooh.
the staircase, which broke his neck.
Gutted like a southern hog.
Is there a knife on in said chest?
No.
It seems that the murder weapon is still wandering about with the killer. It seems it wasn't the knife wound that killed him, though. It must have been the fall. I gesticulate towards his neck.
So the knife was holding the killer and stabbed and then pushed?
The killer stabbed him, and then he probably fell and then twisted his neck, trying to get away.
'Twas Beauty who killed the beast.
Perhaps. Mr. Potter was not that quite of a beast, though. I mean, he was about 5'2", but besides the point.
And the awful scar that he has on his head from the fall. It's almost
In the shape of
familiar shape.
Yeah. It's a star. It's in the shape of a star.
Anyway.
A half moon.
That's a half moon.
It's a half moon. Well, does there appear to be any blood trails or anything?
You see no trails of blood or any other signs of another person being nearby. But as you are discussing, you heard a door creak open from down below on the first floor.
I'm gonna break out my trusty crucifix, and then turn it upside down, and then hold it as I'm going down the stairs. And I'm gonna, by the Dark Lord, I will be brave. Damn you! Not equipped. That was just me.
I'm going
I
to
know.
keep going upstairs to where this fellow likely came from.
Okay. You head
Are we splitting up?
upstairs to the
Isn't
third
that this the most logical thing to do, Artie? Come on.
Have you ever seen Scooby Doo, you fool?
No.
Sounds like American propaganda.
Yeah. I haven't seen it about Scoobert Doobert.
That
But no,
dog's
this seems like a
game.
great time to split up. Artie, you're big lad. Why don't you go back up Xander?
All right, Xander. Let me teach you how we do it.
All right, Norman, you and I will go investigate further.
All right. At least one of us has life insurance.
We start with those going upstairs. As you make your way up the rest of the stairs, the light coming from a door down the hall, and another door shrouded in darkness closer to you.
Which one of us went upstairs again?
Felix
Me
and Norman.
and Felix.
Norman and Felix.
You went
yes.
downstairs, sir.
That's right.
So I'm going to go check out the door that is lit up. Felix, if you wouldn't mind running straight into that darkness. That's all you, bro.
Do you think perhaps maybe you should go check the door, or maybe we should search them both together?
It makes no sense.
You're right. That doesn't
could
make
be
any
two
sense at all.
killers.
There could be two killers. You're right. Me, a 17-year-old boy, should be capable of taking out a killer. You're right. You're right, Norman.
Maybe the killers were the friends we made along the way.
Jesus Christ, Artie.
I'm going.
The killer
forget
was
this
us
guy.
the
I'm
whole
going
time.
Straight towards the door with the light on.
Okay, so you head over towards the door with the light on. This would be the headmaster's private study.
I will definitely go to the door that is dark.
This is just another room on the third floor. Do you open it?
Hell yeah, I open it.
Hell yeah, I open it.
All right, so Felix, you open the door to darkness.
Thanks,
Lightning
Felix.
crashes, illuminating the room through the window, and you see a bed, a desk, wardrobe, and no one in there. It is quite empty. This would appear to be perhaps the room of the headmaster. Private bedroom.
His private quarters. Do I see the book he was reading anywhere?
You do not.
Can I go investigate the desk, though?
You can.
Okay, good.
It's
I go and
empty.
do the thing. What? How could you be a headmaster with an empty desk? I say to myself. I go to the wardrobe quickly. I throw the doors open.
It's empty.
What? How could you be a headmaster without any clothes? I look at the camera and I make this face though.
Norman,
Cracking
do you knock or do you just open the door and walk in?
This is my goddamn school. I don't knock for nobody.
You open the door. An oil lantern on the desk illuminates the room. The desk has some paperwork, a book, some writing implements, but no sign of the headmaster. Some filing cabinets, which appear to perhaps hold student records.
I'm gonna check out to see the book on the desk.
The book is indeed the book he was reading earlier this evening.
What is that book?
It is a leather-bound tome, dark, mysterious, written in a language you do not understand. Latin.
I'm gonna take a look at the student files.
Filing cabinet is locked.
Is there
Felix.
anything else of note in the room that seems peculiar?
Felix, after exploring the shockingly empty bedroom, do you catch up with Norman?
Immediately, I have to let him know.
You will arrive very quickly then, and I will have you both make, let's say, survival and cunning tests.
Oh, Oh, I know some of those words.
Remember, you both have used several quips. You get extra dice.
Okay, good. I'll roll one more. No.
I think you both get 2, right?
I think they have both used
Yeah.
2 quips since. Yes.
Yeah.
You can choose not to use it just yet.
2 successes.
0 successes.
As you walk around the room, Norman, you think you hear a voice muffled, coming from somewhere nearby, but not in this room. The repetitive pattern. You can't quite make it out.
I hear something very strange. It's not in this room. Is there another room in the hallway, or is there not another door in this room leading to somewhere else? Perhaps.
You don't see another door anywhere. There could perhaps be another door in the hallway. You would have to go look.
I'm gonna kind of circle the room real quick to see if I hear it a little louder from inside the room at all.
You hear it from near the desk. Maybe it's coming from below you, or above you. You're not sure.
I'm gonna get down to the ground level and put my ear against the floor.
Doesn't get any louder.
I'm gonna pound on the floor a little bit.
No. Artie and Szandor, you hear muffled knocking coming from above you as you are making your way through the hallways down to the first floor.
You see, Artie, it says in the book of the 7 Blood Satan book that
just one crash.
everything good comes to a man who worships the devil.
Now, I can understand how you might be tempted by the devil's delights and gifts. But he who steps on the path to deviltry will only hurt himself and his friends at the end of it.
Yes, but the book of deviltry says, thou whomst displays most devilry gets most prizes.
If it twere so simple.
If it were.
If it twere so simple.
If it were.
If it were so simple.
Yes, if it were.
If it were so simple.
Line.
What the hell was that?
What?
I just heard a knock from above us. It could be the killer.
Quoth the raven, nevermore.
Have you been reading since I last seen you?
Yeah. I've read a bunch of that. That Ernesto Hemingway. That
makes a good
Eduardo Allandry Poen.
That's close.
Heath Ledger. I mean Helen Keller.
Both very, very talented individuals.
I'll go check it out. Stand behind me, Szandor.
I'm gonna stand right behind you. Artie, you're a warrior. A warrior of the devil. I don't care if you don't like it. I'm gonna say it.
Now. Let's keep this on track now.
All right.
Where's the trap door located, or the door up? You're knocking.
No, there's no trap door.
Oh, damn.
You're just like walking down the hallway beneath where they were, and they knocked on the floor.
Okay.
As you start making your way back upstairs to the 3rd floor, you see a door at the end of the hall on the 2nd floor open. Side, and that new teacher step out into the hallway. You must move quickly, or he will.
We must move quickly, otherwise he'll see us. Wait, is that you guys or us?
No, it's you guys.
It's y'all.
Szandor and Artie.
We must move quickly, otherwise they'll see us. Quick, in this room. And I go to the nearest, whatever room is near us to kind of jump through.
Excellent.
Follow.
You jump into the office of one of your teachers.
Whew. Thank God it's not the ladies' room. Last time that happened, I almost got expelled.
I'm starting to think, Szandor, you might be what Mama always warned me as, one of those perverts.
Well, listen, What's good for the goose is good for the gander.
Now, I don't know if you ever took care of no geese and gander, but I'll tell you right now, them tough son of bitches.
Yes, they are, Artie. Yes, they are.
Why would that?
You hear footsteps in the hall.
I'm gonna hide under a bed.
I saw this in a movie. I saw this in a movie once, and I put the vase in front of me holding it.
It covers your head and nothing else. Also, this is an office, not a bedroom, so you hide under.
I'm hiding under the desk. I meant.
Excellent. And
Hey, George Costanza.
Mm-hmm.
the footsteps stop for a second, and then they continue down the hall.
That was a close one.
Up on the 3rd floor.
I say dropping the vase. That's a close one.
The audio in the entire movie just cuts out for a second, and then comes back, covering the sound of the vase breaking like it didn't happen. Up on the 3rd floor. What are you doing next?
Norman, what are you doing?
Hey, this door was open. The light was on.
I mean, why are you on the ground like that with your ear to it, knocking on it?
Listen, I heard some weird voice while I was up here.
Where did you hear it come from?
You know, it sounded like it's either coming from above us or below us. So I did the most rational thing because I can't get up to the goddamn ceiling, and I just started pounding on the floor, trying to hear if I could make out anything.
Are there any cabinets or shelves or bookshelves in this room?
There are several. There's the desk itself, of course. There is filing cabinets for student records and a chair, as well as a small bookshelf.
I saw this one time at the picture show. I'm going to make my way over to the bookshelf, and I'm going to try to rummage and see if there's a secret handle or anything like that, like a secret lever.
You start pulling random books. Why don't you give me a... let's give it a luck roll in this.
No.
Cunning and enigmas.
Ooh. Cunning and enigmas. Here we go. Big money. Nope, that's gone forever.
Farewell. Farewell, young die. We knew you. We knew you somewhat.
Somewhat.
It's good luck when that happens.
That's 2 successes.
2 successes. Yes, you pull random books, and all of a sudden you hear click. And
Eureka,
the entire bookshelf slides to the side, rotating, revealing a low secret passage, the wall beyond.
Human behavior is so predictable.
Norman, I think we found our mystery. Let's get the rest of the boys.
Why wait?
Because we might need Artie's strength and Xander's tenacity. yes, his Satanism. Don't tell anybody this, Norman, but that book he's been talking about grabbing, we helped him find it. You know, the one that he's been looking for. I
had no idea this place had such badass books.
Are you talking about the book?
You ain't in the scene, boy.
You hear Artie talking from off screen.
Trying to find where it's written down.
Sorry, guys.
Okay.
Book of the 9
yeah.
Bloody Gates.
The Book of the 9 Blood Gates, Satan book.
Jesus, that is a mouthful of a title. How would that ever sell?
Shortly after the lightning crashes, when you mentioned the name of the book, you hear footsteps in the hall, coming closer.
Quick, into the secret passageway.
Secret passageway.
You duck into the secret passage, swinging it closed behind you, and are shrouded in darkness. Downstairs, what do Artie and Xander do next? You're in this room. You can venture back forth again. You hear the footsteps recede.
Well, we got to get the hell out of here.
Wait, Xander. I think we have an opportunity here.
And what's that, Artie?
Why would that teacher be out and about at night?
don't know. You know what teachers do. They do what most teachers do behind the children's backs. Smoke reefer.
Now, Mama said, nothing ever come good of smoking up a plant up your nose.
You know, that's one thing that you and I are in firm agreement with, Artie.
He looks to the Artie looks to the camera. Don't do drugs, kids. Like a PS.
Even the devil wouldn't smoke the devil's lettuce.
And that's something, as he breaks accent, that we can all agree on.
I'm giving you guys a writer's pool point for that. Oh my god. You're up to 3, by the way.
Oh my god.
You can buy any of the cinematics. So, what do you do next?
I'm gonna creak open the door and look to see.
The hallway is once again empty.
Do I see anybody?
Continue down to the first floor. It's empty, so no. And
I'm gonna look one more time, and then I'm just gonna book it. Artie, let's go.
Yeehaw! I'm right behind you, buddy.
Like stomp. I'm not even gonna be like quiet about it. You can hear the reverberation of my shoes on the wood.
Wonderful. You run downstairs to the first floor. Where do you go to from here? You know, there's the library at one end. There's the cat room at the other. I mean, the dining hall. And there's, of course, the kitchen and the foyer. Or you could venture out into the grounds outside. Although, you can hear the rain pouring. Splattering against the large windows overlooking the dark lawn.
Well, he was heading down here when he was removed from his life. I wonder what he found.
Do you think that he was going towards something or running away from someone?
Dun, dun, dun.
Well, whatever that thing is, I would like to examine the body and see if I can find any blood prints that might lead us to somewhere.
You guys already did that.
What did we find?
There were no prints in the blood.
But what about now?
You head over, so you go back upstairs, back up to the 3rd floor stairs. The body is gone.
The good Lord took him in his sleep.
It's a rapture.
It's coming.
It's goddamn rapture.
My God, I think you're right, Artie. And you know what that means? He's coming. The Antichrist.
El Diablo.
El Diablo.
The devil himself.
Heavy metal plays.
Like cheesy, royalty-free 70s heavy metal.
God gave rock and roll to you.
Did something come and take this body? But we were all around here.
We must start a ritual.
The good book says no rituals.
And the book of the 9 blood gates, Satan book, says, and I quote, when thouest find a body scorned and delivered, thou must start a ritual.
Now, Szandor, are you trying to use one of your trademarks?
I'm exactly trying to use one of my trademarks.
So for this trademark, this will influence a persuasion roll. What are you trying to persuade Artie?
Shit. I am trying to persuade old Artie here, my good friend Artie, to think of the coming of the Dark Lord as a good thing.
Roll manipulation persuasion with a few extra dice.
All right. Where's my manipulation? Oh, cool. And persuasion. And then 2 extra dice. Okay.
It's convenient that I happen to have your character sheet open as my example, so.
What are successes?
8,
Six?
9,
Eight and
and
above.
10.
8, 9, 10. Okay.
Tens are exploding.
Yeah, and 10's explode.
1, 2, 3, and that explodes. 4.
4.
Ooh.
Now, Artie, you don't truck with the devil.
Normally.
Sir.
Szandor does make some good points.
Hmm.
And maybe
All right,
a
then.
ritual is exactly what you need. Maybe not his kind of ritual, but some kind of ritual. You have your own rights, as I assume Southern Baptist.
Exactly. Got to find ourselves a pool of water,
Or blood. Mm-hmm.
or both. Wait a minute, as I'm going to spend a point. But first, I think we need to gear ourselves up for protection before we do this ritual. Does that sound favorable to you?
That sounds very fine indeed.
Good thing that Horace, as you know, Horace keeps a locked shotgun up in his shed when he with the dogs, just in case for these kind of maneuvers.
Of course. Horse.
Horace,
The horseman.
I thought you said horse at first. I was like, no.
Of course. Whores.
It would be in character.
We also may need some whores. But this is a boys' boarding school. Wait, no.
No, it's not. Go ahead.
There was Alice like before. What are you talking?
All right. Well, let's just move on.
Unless
The Kama Sutra works mighty
The
fast.
Indian pornography. No, Horace. Let's get back to the matter at hand.
I like how
Artie.
we had to
Don't get
drop the
distracted.
content warning right then and there.
It's always me.
So you're gonna go break into Horace's hut and steal a shotgun.
Yeah,
That's
his
what I'm gonna do.
as I spend the point, as you know, there's a shed that Horace keeps out. on
As you
the,
know, you're
the-
buying the cinematic.
Yeah, as you
Ah.
know.
As you know, Horace keeps a shotgun. That's
Of course he does.
I missed that a little bit.
What happens? I mean, when those horses go escaping from the pen, I mean, you got to shoot one. I don't know. What happens when
Oh,
they hurt their foot?
Old Yeller.
Are there any other supplies you would like to go get?
Is there a like a chapel here?
No.
Hmm.
We might need some supplies from my personal stash. I may have some hashish.
Hashish. What is that?
Hashish. Yes. I believe we'll need some incense.
Is
For
your
this ritual.
hashish like? And he looks at the camera. Big red chewing tobacco. Now for your needs.
Yes. Exactly like Big Red chewing tobacco. You know, 9 out of 10 doctors approve chewing tobacco over the leading brand of regular tobacco.
9 out of 10 doctors also believe that the 10th doctor is a square.
That's right, kids. Don't be a square. Hail Satan.
More you know. Doo-doo-doo.
On that note, we'll switch back to our friends hiding in the hidden passage upstairs.
I feel that way. I know so bad. Like Wes and Rick are like trying to move along the plot, and me and Mark are just fussing around.
So,
Not bread.
Perfect. It's perfect.
do we hear the person who was coming into the room after us? After the door, the bookcase slides back into place,
You do.
obscuring us.
You do. You hear the door open, muffled footsteps enter the room. The door shut. You hear some more footsteps, the creaking of the floorboards, silence. And then lightning crashes.
Listen, Felix, I got places to be, man. That is a trope.
If you had places to be, then why did you come along this? Oh, it's a trope?
Yes.
What places do you need to be, bed?
What does the
It's
trope
better.
do?
Yeah. So what
This
does
is-
that trope do?
I'm not sure.
I don't know.
Here, let me
I
pull it
gotta
up.
get
Raconteur.
Yeah. That trope.
Got it right here. I've got places to be.
The whole ordeal is a waste of your time, which is much better served elsewhere. You can successfully and smoothly escape a social confrontation, even if you said or did something inappropriate or socially acceptable.
But this is not a social situation.
It is not.
It's not
So,
at all.
do you want to save your
Exactly.
trope?
Yeah, I
This-
They
guess.
go away if you use them.
Yeah.
So, we'll continue on.
Yeah.
Your eyes adjust to the darkness, and you are able to make out a passage moving away in front of you, leading to an old wooden stairwell covered in cobwebs and dust. You can choose to re-enter the study where someone may be waiting, or see where the passage goes.
No. Norman, we gotta keep moving ahead. Somebody murdered poor Mr. Potter. We have to make sure that we figure out where they went.
Now, I do want to remind Felix as well, he does have matches.
I have matches. And these Lucky Strike cigarettes.
Filterless, obviously.
Filterless. Lucky Strike.
And
Bone
Damn good
Garden.
cigarette.
Are you a smoker?
I picked up a habit over vacation. And I'm going to
When did you get so cool?
Eastern Civilizations class when I learned about the Kama Sutra.
You had no idea what the fuck that book was.
Nobody else has to know that. And I
I
strike a
figured.
match. And I light a cigarette for Norman. A cigarette for
Wonderful.
me. And we move along.
Smoking.
Smoking.
Lighting
Blow
your way
hope-
with
A
match.
perfect
thing-
smoke ring into the camera.
I just imagine the fucking director just like, what the fuck?
Delicious.
Well, no, it's the 1960s. No one had a fucking smoke alarm. Everyone smoked. The kids smoked. The baby smoked. The dog smoked.
70s, but yes.
70s.
You make your way through the passage, down the stairs. It only goes one way, and you make your way through. Seem to be moving through the walls between some of the rooms, between the bedrooms on the first floor, towards the side of the manse that the library is on. And as you make your way further, you encounter yet another staircase, leading you down deeper.
How deep is this staircase?
You feel like you must be on the first floor by now. And you pass by what appears to be a cleaner wall. Notice in the flickering light of the match. Perhaps another hidden passageway to get out, and then stone staircase up for you, leading down.
You know, I bet if we feel around for this thing, maybe we could get our compatriots who went downstairs to join us to go deeper into this mystery.
I would feel much more comfortable if they were here.
God damn it, Felix, this is not about your comfort.
I'm gonna spin. Oh wait, no, we've already spelled point. Never mind. Okay, go ahead.
What did you want to spend a point? A writer's pool point, or
It was a writer's pool
You
point.
can-
Yeah, it was for deleted scene, but we only had.
oh, you only have two now.
3
Yeah,
point.
You only
Yeah,
have
we
two
only
now.
have 2 now.
Apologies.
No, you're good.
Upstairs, you have made it to your room where Szandor is going through his belongings, trying to get supplies, including incense.
Hashish
And
incense.
Yes.
A small, actually a rather large, kind of like hand candelabra. The styrofoam skull,
That's
And then
obviously necessary.
of course, my bottle, excuse me, my mason jar of orangish red
Pig's blood.
melted crayon pig's blood.
Yes.
So, Artie, you're telling me that your good book says that the rapture is a good thing?
My good book says, "No, I'm not like that, O Lord. I try to walk a straight and narrow path to doing what is right."
Well, there you have it. It's in plain English. We can work together, my friend, to bring the Rapture, the Dark Lord, and your whatever it is here so that we can be the King of Kings.
I don't know about all that, but damn near if that doesn't feel like sounds like a righteous baton.
It does sound like a righteous baton.
But still, I think we need to go get them guns.
Let's go get those guns. Let's go get that gun.
Also, you think we'll need something a little bit more heavier for the ritual? As he pulls out his bottle of homemade moonshine that he tosses.
A mason jar of moonshine.
Yeah, mason jar.
Artie, you've been holding out on us.
I wouldn't drink too much of that. That's what we use as paint thinner back at home.
Well, I think we're just going to need just a little bit of inspiration. And I grab like an old, kind of like one of those Sherlock Holmes pipes.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And then I sprinkle the hashish inside of it. And I give it to Artie. And I take the moonshine from him.
Wonderful. Meanwhile, downstairs, you check the wall and quickly find the hidden lever that will open the panel. It opens to reveal the library. The fire didn't dwindle down to ash. And you exit from one of the bookshelves.
What in the world? I never knew this was here.
It
Felix,
seems
are
that
you
there were
okay?
secrets in Redstone Academy all along.
I feel like the devil just took your voice for a minute there.
It definitely was, and it wasn't a grip that wasn't doing his job correctly.
They gotta fire that mic, boy.
Really
Back
just
to
the old
scene.
reel audio cutout.
So, we know this is a secret passageway from the library. It leads to the headmaster's office. And it leads further down. I really think we should grab Szandor and Artie, though.
Where do you think they might be right
I mean, they were heading downstairs here. What if they went back to the room?
now? Seems unlikely.
Surely they're not pussyfooting around up in the...
Unlikely, but I do know that Szandor brought all that pig's blood, and he's been itching to use it.
You make your way out of the room into the hall, just as Szandor and Artie are making their way downstairs to head out to Horace's hut to retrieve that shotgun that, as you know, is out there.
We're going to get those boys. Where have you been escaping to?
Gentlemen,
Let me tell you, I'm going to let you in on a little secret.
Yeah.
You see, Norman, for years, has known about this amazing secret staircase that goes all the way to the third floor headmaster's office, and I'm just now letting you guys in on it because you're my best friends.
You don't say, Norman. How long have you known about this?
Years.
Everyone's been holding out on me.
yes,
Can I-
Norman. How
Can I
many
roll
years have you known
manipulation,
about this?
persuasion for this?
Yes, I will point out that he said years, but you all know that Norman just started here the previous year.
Yeah.
He's that kid.
Guys are going down.
My girlfriend in Texas told me about it.
Sorry.
I guess your super cool girlfriend, Canadian girlfriend in England would be your super cool Scottish girlfriend.
Yeah, it would be a Scottish girlfriend, probably, right?
Yeah.
4 successes.
He could change your fate.
He did. Somehow you believe him, despite all odds. Obviously, he's always known about this really cool thing, so he must know where it goes.
It's probably why he came to the school in the first place.
Right? You read about it.
I'm
Say-
so mature, you guys.
Say,
I just had
Norman,
scotch. Smell my breath.
That is scotch.
It
It
smells
is
like a
scotch.
campfire. It's definitely scotch.
I can smell the peat moss from here. Did you try any of Artie's moonshine he's been holding out on us?
Fellas,
No, because that's not a man's drink.
we
Listen,
can talk about what a man's drink is later. There's a dead teacher, and we found a secret passageway going from the headmaster's office to the library and further down.
The
More
actors are just getting
importantly-
drunk, and the director's like, "Oh God."
more importantly, Artie and I are on a holy mission to start a ritual. But first, we must steal Horace's horse gun, of course.
How many writer pool points do we have?
Apparently.
2. Would everyone be okay if I just used another one?
Go
Yeah.
for it.
You don't have to
like
ask, just tell me.
okay. So Artie goes, yeah, we need to find them guns. As he opens the door, I'm going to use for small set, different location, as we're instantly in the shack. So with the gun.
He opens the door to the library, and it's Horace's shack. The camera quickly cuts away for a second. You all enter, and then it spans back.
Wow, that was a really big trek we took through the grounds.
We almost got caught by that wolf, but I'm so glad we didn't.
I can't believe you fell out of that tree.
And that camera broke too.
Well, where's this shotgun? Quickly, before Horace finds out.
When he wakes up,
I-
sleeping on his bed right over in the corner.
I go looking for the shotgun.
Sorry, old man. We're here to do the devil's work, and I'm the devil.
Are you just quoting text from Manson?
And I'm going to upon Horace waking up, I'm going to kind of like leap on him and do like this like choke, but I'm gonna choke him from like his collarbones. I'm just gonna like squeeze his collarbones really hard.
As you do in the 70s, and he's like, like he's actually being strangled.
Yes. Yes.
Why don't you give me a might and close combat roll, sir?
Is he strangling?
You can all roll to stop him if you want to.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh man, he's just making sure he's tucking him in.
3 success. Why don't anyone who wants to stop him? Yeah, I know you're not, Norman. Give me another roll.
New experiences, boys. New experiences.
What is it?
Vander!
What is the roll?
That will be might and close combat.
Oh, to get him off.
Oh,
him?
great. Good things that I'm good at. Good. 1 die.
That's okay.
It is 1 success.
The groundskeeper happens to be good at it. He smacks you off of him, roll off onto the floor. Using this as a distraction, Artie, you see the shotgun
Taking it.
locked laying on top of a cabinet. You can grab it while he's
It's
distracted,
locked?
yelling at Szandor. "What are you doing, boy?"
I'm Artie will go and take that there shotgun. Familiar.
By the power of hell, I command thee, Artie, shoot this Philistine. That was a quip.
Shoot this Philistine.
No, by the powers of hell, I command thee.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
That was a quip.
was a quip.
Artie, are you gonna shoot him?
No, I'm gonna look at I'm gonna look at Horace and be like, Horace, I'm sorry, but there is some evil devil's work afoot, and we must kill that air monster that has killed one of the teachers.
One of the teachers is dead. He just ignores you, Szandor. He's like, "What?"
Yep.
It's Mr. Potter, sir. Mr. Potter has been stabbed and then had his neck ringed like a dish rag, sitting alone in a basin.
Well, that's terrible.
Nothing else than.
I'll have to go get the cops. You boys stay here, stay safe. Lock yourselves in your room. You keep that shotgun, Artie. I know you know how to use it. You're a good Southern boy from the United States.
America.
And he grabs a set of keys.
America.
Close enough.
Close enough. Close enough. And Horace runs to the one vehicle that the Nance owns and gets in and starts driving away.
He is never coming back, is he?
Well, while he's going to go get the bobbies, let's go ahead and try and find the headmaster. I think
Congratulations, dummy. He's just going to report Szandor for attempted murder.
Boys, you don't know the power that I hold with those police. My father's a lawyer.
Is that a trademark?
Should be.
My father's a lawyer.
Oh, it should be.
Move aside, Luddites. I'll lead the way. And that's a quip.
That is a quip.
Nice.
You go back inside very quickly, and you're back in the library.
Just like...
Is the headmaster there?
No, he's not.
No.
I don't know where the headmaster is.
Boys,
The secret
We need to
passage
go.
is this way.
yeah, I know where it is. I've known for years. Let's go.
No.
You all follow me. I will lead us to the killer. Let's go downstairs.
Killer?
Killer.
Mhm.
There is murder afoot.
Yes.
You, bring the powers of hell. You, that shotgun will do. Felix, you first.
Yes, Felix, you first.
I've got the matches. That's right.
That's exactly why I picked you.
Hold
And
on
then
now.
I go in and I light a match.
You
And I guess I lead the way.
you go through
Thanks.
the still open bookcase into the secret passage towards the stone stairs, leading your friends further into the depths of Redstone Manse.
El Diablo.
No, Norman, I am impressed that you knew all about these tunnels before you even came to the school. You are
I
a
do
wise
a
man.
lot. I do a lot of reading. I don't just go to school anywhere, Szandor.
We'll have to bring you to the dark side. We have cookies.
That should have been a fucking quip. I'm
What
sorry.
makes you think I already ain't there?
Take the point. Take the point for the meme. Anyway, you travel down the stairs. Poor Felix lighting the way with his matches. And you arrive in a large, open stone room deep in the foundation of the manse. Wooden boxes covered in dust and cobwebs litter the floor. And as you look around, you see old belongings, perhaps items that belonged to the former Lord Redstone. They certainly don't belong to the school.
Any evil looking objects?
Why don't you roll cunning and enigmas to search the room? All of you. Add in
Do that.
all of your quip dice.
Yes.
Ridiculous amounts of quips.
Cunning and enigmas.
Cunning and enigmas. Ah, there you go. Oh, no enigmas.
Well, I have no enigmas. I don't even know what that word even means, to be perfectly frank.
You know, Artie, I don't either. I've been looking through the book of the Blood Nine Gate Satan book, and enigma's not in there.
You tried. You got there.
One success.
The lightning's just getting a little weaker every time. The dude's just tired.
He's like, "Ugh."
1, 2, 3, 4.
Norman.
4 successes.
One
Uno.
success.
Felix, looking around, you find you kind of pop the top of one of the wooden crates open. You find a mummified hand sitting on top. Back some old books and cloth. You all hear Felix gasp.
By God.
Oh my God, you scared me. I thought that was.
What is the problem?
I thought it was one of the. I thought it was one of the female students. Are you okay?
No. It wasn't one of the female students. It's a mummified hand, and I pick it up and I hold it up just right in the camera so that there's a spot.
Dun, dun, dun.
You hold it up into the camera and it illuminates a hand partially curled. What appears to be candle wax covering it.
I know what that is.
That ain't nothing.
What is it? Tell us. Tell the audience. As you know.
Well, as you know, that is I'm now flaking on the name. That is a hand of destiny.
Hand of glory.
Hand of glory.
Oh.
And it has evil powers. Yes.
Good.
This one. He's getting tired.
Evil.
Okay.
Every villain is lemons.
We're gonna get a cease and desist so hard at the end of this.
So this is clearly connected, right? A hand of glory, you said.
Yes, a cadaver's hand made to be a candle.
Was he a magician?
Who?
No.
Artie.
But as you remember,
Abracadabra.
I think I'm onto something here because we found a hand of glory in a box, and the headmaster is missing, and his name is Headmaster Anders.
Anders.
H. Anders. H. Anders. Handers.
Anders.
Hand.
And
It
you
all
know,
makes
One
sense.
might say you're reaching.
And Artie's mother used to work at a hole of glory.
Now you better stop talking about my mama, right? Like I don't like the cut of your jib, mister.
How would you know what I'm talking about?
And that's
You're
a
so
trademark.
biased.
That's a trademark, yes.
As
it
I
is.
try to talk insulting down. That's a command.
Is it a command? You want
Yeah, I'm
to
telling
command?
him to shut his trap.
Okay, I want you to roll presence and command, sir.
Actually, pretty good at that. Okay, that's 4 dots. Do I get the trademark? So an extra 2?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you're fucked now, boy.
Mama told me not to come.
Mama told me, don't be afraid to knock out someone. Just like Daddy said. So it's what, 7 and above, right?
8 and above.
8 and above. God dang it.
Yeah, you cheapskate.
You cheating, skating bastard. I'll tell you what, that's 2 successes.
2 successes. Norman, you feel like you should stop besmirching the good name of Artie's mother.
Mama Hughes.
Counter roll for this.
No.
There's no, I get to be vulgar rolls and
No.
it was a good line, though.
It was a good line.
Well,
Mama said you shouldn't have come.
Mama said so.
Legends say that the hand of glory, once lit, makes an individual disappear to do the devil's work.
and you know who else disappeared, Xander?
Who's that?
Headmaster Willows.
Dun, dun, dun.
I think this is a clue. I think we need to keep going.
Suddenly, from behind you, you hear, "You boys shouldn't be down here."
Handers.
No. You see the new professor of history and anthropology. I had to think about that word for a minute. He's holding
You,
a bloody
Professor.
knife.
For who?
Professor, we never
Gerardo.
cared to get your name, but it's you.
Professor Pumpkins. It's you.
Professor Pumpkins?
His name is Professor Devins. I am
Professor Devins
Devins,
Pumpkins.
and I will be the death of you. And he runs toward whoever is closest.
Now that might seem pretty simple of you.
Now,
I'll
who's
tell
the
you right
closest?
now.
I think Norman is probably closest.
Now, don't give me that.
Because Szandor and Felix were by the box where the Hand of Glory was, and Artie and Norman were standing behind him. So you turn, and he charges for you. Now, Artie, you have a shotgun.
I level it and I go. I'm trying to see if I can use a trademark.
I don't know, can you?
Not any that I have. I just level and I go up. And
What
I
about
go.
one of your tropes? Do any of those
Use a quip.
fit? Oh, he gets a, yeah. I think he has 2 whips in the bank
Is he,
already.
is he making us scared? No?
I mean, he is scary and he's running at you with a bloody knife.
Okay, dokie.
How about my infectious smile?
I look at him and I level the gun and I say, as you say in your land of England, tally ho.
Was that a trademark or a trope?
No, that wasn't either, but I'm
Oh,
going to
you're just
utter
doing
it.
it?
I'm
Okay.
uttering a quip
What does
after.
your
I
infectious
still appreciate
smile
it.
trademark do? Or trope do, Mr. Norman?
I wish I knew, but it sounds great.
Oh, here we go.
It does. Those pearly whites get you almost anything you want for a fraction of the price. Sometimes you pay nothing at all. In fact, once per story, you can get away with a freebie from any single individual who'd otherwise try to make you pay for information or an item. In this case, however, I will allow you to use it as a distraction. You're like, you don't want to hurt me. Like, glints off. He's distracted, and I will give our gunman an extra die to roll with his aim and dexterity roll.
Can I spend all 3 of my quip points?
Yes, you can, and should, in
No.
fact.
You wouldn't sure the honor student whose parents happen to be the top donors of this fine establishment, would you?
All right. That is going to be their 3 successes.
Did this man
Large
just
hole
use...
appears in Professor Devin's chest as he's blown away by the shotgun. Dark, thick, syrupy blood spraying across, hitting 2 of you in the face, splattering the bookshelves and the walls.
Is it a Wilhelm scream?
Yes, and there is a Wilhelm scream.
I look at the smoking gun, look back at him, cock it. That's how we do it down south. Get equipped.
Thou shalt not kill, Artie.
Hail Satan, Artie.
Thou shalt not run at me with
Hail
a bloody knife.
He didn't run at you, he ran at me.
Mama said,
Murderer.
you drop that motherfucker.
You just killed that man.
Conveniently.
Can I roll to persuade Artie that he is a murderer and a sinner?
Yes. Yes, you can. Why don't you roll manipulation or persuasion and manipulation for me?
Thanks for saving me, Artie. I'm going to break
conveniently-
your soul now.
Professor Devins was carrying a lantern, so you no longer have to light your way via match.
Good. I was burning my fingertips.
This is the perfect opportunity. Artie, you're a genius. We must start a ritual right here to raise this man from the dead and to figure out where the killer is.
What are you talking about? He's not dead. I missed every vital organ. Can I use my trope fate inexplicably smiles?
Yes,
For the good,
you
for the
fucking
good luck.
can. He goes, I'm not dead yet.
See, it's birdshot. Really peppers a man.
I got 2 successes.
Also,
to
Artie, you are
convince him that
racked
he
with
is
guilt.
awful.
At the sudden act of violence you have perpetrated on this man, despite it
Damn.
being self-defense.
Mama always told me, don't go running with the bulls or they'll run into you first.
Don't go running to the bulls till they run into you first.
Oh no.
Please, Professor Devins. And I grab the knife and I'm like, why didn't you murder Professor Potter?
I didn't. I see it clearly now. It's Anders. He's upstairs. There's
Anders?
Anders.
That wily
there's a
fox.
trap door to the attic. He's up
Where?
there. You must stop him. He's trying to summon the devil himself.
That's our job.
And I immediately run upstairs.
Boom.
Like a little kid running downstairs on Christmas, but I'm running upstairs towards the devil.
Even though Professor Devins is still alive, I'm gonna be like, look, maybe we can make up for the fact that you won't spend an eternity in hell, that you've given us this information. I try to close his eyes.
He's alive. I missed every vital organ.
He just goes,
Good night, sweet friends.
And you follow Xander.
Yeah.
Xander, do you run through the school or do you follow the secret passages?
I'm gonna go up the secret passages.
Okay, so
get a nice little kind of montage reel through the.
So there's a montage of Xander running blind in the dark because he didn't grab the lantern through the passageways, stumbling every once in a while, and the three of you holding the lantern chasing after him like, just wait a minute.
Just wait.
It's right up here, guys. It's right up here.
And you get to the headmaster's office where that small staircase led you to. Trapdoor for the sliding bookshelf.
Quick, we have to find a trapdoor to the attic, so maybe his room where he had no clothes and no books. I'm gonna take the lantern. I'm gonna go back into that room. We're gonna get you your devil, Xander. Don't worry.
Why don't you roll cunning and enigmas for me?
Okay.
Did anyone stay in the headmaster's office?
I might still be downstairs.
You didn't chase after?
Eh.
Oh no.
Oh, we just left someone behind.
I know that look. What about you, Artie?
I chased my good friends.
Felix? Okay. How many success?
2.
2. You can't find a trapdoor or anything in the bedroom. Oh. Maybe it was back in the office.
I run back in there. There's no trapdoor in his room. It's probably in here.
Maybe it's in the office.
Meanwhile, Norman, what are you doing down in the basement in the dark? I'd add.
Looking around, I guess. Trying to feel around for anything other. This cannot just be a basement. This had to have gone somewhere.
Roll cunning and enigmas for me, sir.
Nothing.
That's a point to the writer's room.
You search the room thoroughly, making your way around it, so you find a passageway leading to stairs going up.
The stairs I came down. It's incredible. I'm going to brave the unknown. Go up them.
You
I'm that guy.
All the way up? Exit into the library.
All the way up.
And you meet your friends back in the office as they return from their fruitless venture.
I'm like feeling around for like a trapdoor. I'm like pulling up little planks of wood and trying to grip it with my fingertips.
Trapdoor from the 3rd floor to the attic would be.
I meant I was standing on something to try to like feel the ceiling.
Is there a stick in here in this room?
You got a shotgun.
You search. Why don't you give me that one more enigmas and cunning roll? Anyone who chooses to.
I'll try that. As I take my shotgun, I said, "Well, you know what? Little elbow grease always fixes everything." As I start shoving the shotgun up, just trying to break the.
As he starts to do that, Mr. Norman, you notice a pull ring hidden cleverly in the pattern on the ceiling.
Boys, my knowledge of this building and its architecture has saved all your asses.
Norman, why weren't you here before? You know where all of these passages go to. For years now.
The scotch jogged my memory. You guys need to drink more often with me.
By George, I think you're right. We do need to drink more often with you. You, sir, are a learned man.
I'm going to pull the fucking ring.
And you open a trapdoor with a ladder leading to a dark attic. And as your eyes adjust to the darkness, you catch flickers of light coming from the hole above you, as if candles illuminate it.
They started without us. Let's go.
You charge up.
Charging right up that ladder.
Xander charges up the ladder. Do you follow him?
I'm gonna go. Wait with the lantern.
And as I'm running, I'm actually fixing my my blazer and kind of unbuttoning a longer cape and popping a really like dramatically large collar.
The collar like folds in on itself, so you pop it up. It's like a cowl.
I'm like pulling like underneath my shirt. I'm like pulling out a huge satanic.
It's
pentagram.
the 70s. It would be a pentagram, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
But it's right side up. It's like, you know.
Kind of cold.
Yeah.
I look up as he runs up there, and I just think to myself, Mom always said, from my cowboy boots to my down home roots, and I go after him.
Okay. By the way, you guys are back up to 3 on the writer's pool because of some of those failed rolls.
Good.
Why was having you roll more? Actually, you're at 4. And you charge up the stairs where 2 men wearing dark black robes, standing in a ring of candles, turn and face you. Beneath the cowl of one, you catch the features, Headmaster Anders. The other is a man you do not recognize. And Anders says, "Ah, good. You have come. Young
Yes.
Master LaCroix. I believe you wish to join us."
Yes. I'm sorry I'm late, but Handers, I'm glad you got the room set up. You were obviously reading the right material as I open up the Book of the 9 Blood Gates of the Satan book. Yes. 2 candles on the right with a checkered board floor and a statue of a naked man upside down in the form of a cross. This is perfect.
Can I use one of my one of my tropes, please?
Please do.
It's I go. No, Xander, you're scientifically inaccurate. Scientifically inaccurate. You can browbeat others with your intellectual superiority, or at least with your loud voice. You can come up with a scientific reason for why a character or monster's words are wrong, and you explain the reason why. No roll is required to leave the target humiliated and upset for the remainder of the scene. So I look at you and I go, Xander, no! You know damn well we spent this whole evening together, and who was it that found that book with you? It was I. Who was it that found this hand of glory with you? It was I.
When you pull out the hand of glory, Anders and the other man shrink back away from it like, oh.
You know just as well, looking at you and the time that you spent over vacation, that you know exactly that you're 10 times the cultist of these other fools. You should be following them. They should be following you. But they're not worthy.
Satan, damn it, you're correct. God, how could I be such a fool?
Can I
Felix?
take the hand of glory away from Felix?
You want to start wrestling over the hand of glory with him?
Or persuade him to give it to me, I guess.
Yeah. Yes, you can. What are you
I'll
doing?
persuade him to give it to me.
Why don't you roll me a presence and persuasion then? Yes. Continue.
The power of Satan compels you. And I turn over and I command you two, Handers and whomever this other gentleman is, to bow before me, to bow before us. Felix, join me at the center.
That was a trademark, first off.
Yep.
I need you to roll a make it presence and how are you convincing Felix to give you the hand of glory, sir? Artie, you just have the shotgun. You're just like,
Don't do it, Felix. Don't fall prey to his words of El Diablo.
I'm going to use a trademark.
okay.
Uh-oh.
Felix, I know what you're up to. That hand is no good. Give it to me, and I'll make sure that these deaths that have happened on our campus will be set right.
I look at
Now,
Szandor.
Norman could also use one of your tropes to help influence this and get rolling a die if you need. Although you already
use
got
what?
5 successes.
5 successes.
Oh, a trope.
Join me, Felix.
I'll use infectious smile as well then.
Oh God.
Now, Artie, you were saying don't do it. I will give you a chance to counter Norman's several successes with a composure and empathy roll.
Oh, that's actually really good. For okay, cool. That's a
Felix, you're torn. Well, maybe not. Let's see what Artie rolls.
let's see.
Szandor, they are. What did you roll for your command and
3. I was commanding the 2
Them.
gentlemen. Yeah,
bow
not
before
Felix.
you? I know.
Yeah.
You know you got to roll 2 extra die for that as well, right?
1
Oh,
success.
We're
no, I
using a
don't.
trademark.
I forgot. Still 3.
Okay. 1 success. All right. So, Felix, you're torn, but Norman makes a good argument.
Norman, you promise that you're going to make this right?
Felix, don't I always?
Felix, no.
I'm going to hand him the hand, and then I'm going to spend 3 of our writer room's points to use deleted scene.
Take it away, sir. You have narrative control. What happens in this scene that should have been left on the cutting room floor but wasn't? As you hand Norman the hand of glory.
As I'm handing Norman the hand of glory, all of a sudden the other cultist that's not Handers runs and tackles Norman, and they're starting to fight and scrapple on the wall, and it's very much like Peter Cushing fighting whoever is fighting, where it's like like that, like just like tussling or whatever. Felix is feeling like he's surprised. And at that point, Handers takes the opportunity to attack Szandor, but Szandor has his pig's blood. That's definitely not melted crayon. And takes the crayon pig's blood and smashes it over his head, and so that like Handor is like covered in this pig's blood. He's like, no. Artie, feeling conflicted. Who does he help? Does he help Szandor? Does he help Norman? Felix gets knocked over by because Handers is moving around violently because he has pig's blood on him, which knocks over one of the candles, which lights one of the curtains that's hanging here conspicuously in the attic on fire. And then from the ground I go, shoot him! And then Artie takes the shotgun and then shoots the other cultist in the back, and he does the thing, and he falls over. And Norman has the hand, but looks refreshingly like relieved that his friend has saved him, which leaves us here with Handers on the ground covered in pig's blood.
He's just like,
then the room starting to catch ablaze.
Artie looks around and is like, do you ever think we might have forgot something in these station of events? Something that was supposed to be here but is now not?
While the room was on fire, I'm going to take the hand of glory and I'm going to try and light some of the fingers.
First, Artie, what are you forgetting? What fact are you forgetting in this room?
Oh no. We're in the trap door in an attic that's made of wood.
Yes, you are. Norman, you stick the hand towards the flames, lighting candle blaze. And as the fingers catch, Xander screams, an ear-splittingly, blatantly not human scream, as he too bursts into flames and starts flailing around the room.
I'm gonna use Silver Tongue
Okay.
to speak to Handers.
Mhm.
Is there like an attic window?
There is.
I'm going to use my Silver Tongue to speak to Handers as he's burning and screaming you said inhuman scream, right?
Yes.
Some would say it's monstrous.
Perhaps
which means
the devil himself is screaming.
So I am going to in a special satanic language of my own devising. I am going to say, bless us with your unholy gifts by throwing yourself out the window.
You hear chanting, Corpus animus Satanus, Corpus animus Satanus.
Sephiroth!
As he charges and leaps from the window, and you hear another Wilhelm scream. He plummets the pavement below, and you hear a sickening thud. Body hits the ground, the rain pattering, putting the flames out.
Mannequin that's lit on fire. Just
Yeah, it's like
Artie looks to Xander, cocks it. That's how we do it down south.
And credits begin to roll.
Oh, no, it should have been. Is this an England thing?
It should have been. That's an England thing.
That's one for the scrapbook.
Oh.
Thank you, everyone, for tuning in for our one shot of They Came From Beyond the Grave horror at Redstone Academy. It was very exciting to get to run this and write a unique original scenario for it. I hope my players had a blast.
That was fucking hilarious.
This game's way too fun. I love this game
amazing.
so much.
It's one of those games where like you're gonna be playing it in like the horror room at PAX Unplugged and getting dirty looks from the GM next door because your players are laughing uproariously.
He just kicked open a door into another scene.
This was so much fun. No, this was hilarious. Great system. It's built to make your players and the GM laugh.
It is.
I mean,
and you can run
any of the They Came From are hilarious.
Yeah, They Came From Beneath the Sea is wonderful. They Came From Beyond the Grave has a special place in my heart because of the themes. I love 70s horror. I love Hammer films. So I definitely recommend people check it out. It's currently on Kickstarter for a little bit longer. I'm going to drop that link real quick. Boom. And you should look at They Came From Beneath the Sea as well, which is now available for print on demand and PDF on DriveThruRPG.
Which we also did an actual play of.
Yes, which you can find an actual play of over on our YouTube channel, youtube.com/Gehenna Gaming. This video will be up over there very soon, and I want to thank Wes for joining the Gehenna Gaming crew once again. It's always a pleasure having you on,
Brother
with
Wes.
us. Wes, where can people find you online?
Wes.
Hey, so you can find me on Twitter and Instagram at BrotherXWes. And there I give hot takes and memes and other dope things. And you can find me on Gehenna Gaming's Discord as Thirst Trap Mothman. And you can also find me on twitch.tv/Carrying Comfort Studios, where I am currently streaming. It'll be tomorrow night. I'm continuing the stream for Alien Isolation.
Ooh.
So I'll be carrying that on. And I'm also on YouTube. You just look up Carrying Comfort Studios as well.
Yeah.
And you can find a Last of Us 2 playthrough. You can find some deep dives that I've done on John Carpenter and other people, as well as the first 2 episodes of the Alien Isolation thing. So you can watch and get it caught up. It's not too long at all. So you can join in for tomorrow night. Yep.
Awesome. And of course, Wes was recently on the deep dive for Alien RPG with Nick here. So you can find that over on our YouTube channel, and it will be back in 2 weeks as well. We co-opted its normal night for this, so.
Yep.
Deep dive part 2.
Part 2.
Xander, Mark, any exciting announcements?
Ooh, gosh, yes, so many exciting announcements. What can we talk about?
Mm.
The one thing I can talk about is that I am going to be running so much Cult. I have a few games coming for our patrons. If you go to patreon.com/Gehenna Gaming, you can support on the Elder God tier and play Cult or Vampire the Masquerade or Monster Hearts 2 or any other game that we're running with us. So I've got 2 games of Cult for our patrons, and then we are going to try to do on August 22nd, we're going to be doing Cult our very own special take on Cult the Drive. It's going to be a
Very
2-person
excited for that.
scenario. And last time we tried to do it on Saturday and the technology wasn't working for me. So this time we're going to do it better. You can also listen to our podcast, the Gehenna Gaming Podcast. There's all sorts of cool stuff going there. And find me on Twitter, Marchosius with 5s instead of S's, or just straight up Marchosius on Discord.
Yep. Nick?
Hi, everyone. I'm the stream producer for Gehenna Gaming. You can find me on Twitter and Instagram at NoblemanNick, NoblemanNick. You can also find me on Discord as Orpheus, (Nick). You'll be able to catch me pretty soon this Saturday, as I will be running. It's supposed to be the second part of our double feature for one shots. You'll be seeing me run the ever so excellent system, The Final Girl, a GM-less game. So definitely check that out.
That will be
Nice.
exciting. Ricardo?
Pickle Rick, as they call you on the streets.
Ricky!
Ricardo Montalban. So you can find me at Death Malkavian all over the place. Discord, Twitter, things like that. Facebook, my regular name, Rick Wheeler. Easily to find me at. Gehenna Gaming has a lot of fun and interesting things coming down the pipeline. I am working on a couple of new one-shots featuring some of the other games that we run, which are very fun and exciting. If you would like to partake in them, be part of our Patreon, or stay tuned for our Saturday night one-shots, which we are all very excited about. It allows us the opportunity to play and run a lot of different games and showcase them to you, our friends, our fans. That way you can kind of get to know these systems that we know and love, and we can show them to you in our very fun and own style, our own Gehenna Gaming flavor. So everyone wins. It's going to be a great time. We're all very excited for this stuff. I'm super excited for Nick's upcoming one. And stay tuned. Mr. Ian, where can they find your lovely mug?
Here. Many days of the week over on our
Because he
Discord as
never
emojis,
leaves.
because that was a thing that happened. And, of course, Ravnos on all places where Ravnoses are sold. I do have one final announcement of very cool news that we can share. Finally.
Are we allowed?
We have partnered up with Rusted Icon and are offering etched glassware with the Gehenna Gaming skull and logo on it. They are not quite live yet, but the paperwork has been signed, so you will be able to get those very soon, and we will have a link up to them on our website. So keep an eye out for that.
And as always, you can check out some of our merch at threadless.com. We've got a myriad of really cool shirts on there, from our Monster Hearts campaign to Vampire the Masquerade, Cult, all kinds of stuff, with new designs coming out all the time. So stay tuned for that, because that is another fun little passion project we have. Marchosius, our friend here, is often meddling in that. He's got such an artistic eye and works with a lot of great artists. So we're very pleasant to see some of these cool designs that come out. That way you can rep the games that you really like out on the streets.
The last one's really cool. The last shirt that we put out is fantastic.
Yes, and our friend Andrea from Camarilla Italia has been wearing that all over the place, posting pictures of himself and his wife to be on date night, literally on the streets of Italy with like a Gehenna Gaming shirt, which is super cool.
That's awesome.
Our community member Rose Dragon helped design that, and we are super proud of it. It looks
very
awesome.
talented artist.
100%. And that is a wrap for this evening. I would just want to end by saying big thank you to Onyx Path Publishing for allowing us access to the materials for They Came From Beyond the Grave to run it. As I mentioned earlier, it's still running on Kickstarter, so you can go back it now. And if you like the system, did I say that name right? Did I say Beneath or Beyond? I said Beyond.
I don't remember.
I said
Beyond.
They Came From Beyond the Grave.
Yes.
If you enjoyed this game, you can go check. You should also go check out They Came From Beneath the Sea, which is the 50s B sci-fi version of this game. It's fantastic. So again, thank you everyone for tuning in this evening. Do you have something else?
Yep.
One more thing, just because it's timing and it lines up right. Our good friend Christopher Gray has a Kickstarter going on right now for the Great American Witch, which was funded in 30 minutes. If you back this project, I do believe it's going to print as early as September.
Yep.
So it's very likely that you will get this book a lot quicker than a lot of other Kickstarters. And if you were interested in it, check out our virtual HorrorCon game, where the creator of the game ran it for me, myself, and myself,
Me, myself, and I.
me and three other versions of me.
I was in it.
That I cloned. No, Marchosius, Ian, and myself all played in it. We had a blast. It's a cool system.
Yeah, it's fun.
We're all very excited to see that. We're happy that it was kickstarted very soon, hoping for more stretch goals. Check him out. Check out the game. It's promising to be another great system in our repertoire of games that we run.
Yeah. Venerate small business and vote with your dollars. Pay for tabletop RPGs.
Yep.
100%. And with that, I bid you all a good night. Stay safe. Have terrible dreams. Thank you all for tuning in.
Goodbye.